What's up, everybody? Welcome to Escape Will Make Me Pod. This week, we talk about way too much stuff. Season 2, what's coming up before Season 2, Season 3, Season 4, Season 5, multiple new runners, and potentially a new map. Alrighty. Welcome, everybody, to episode 18 of Escape Will Make Me Pod.
We're legal, baby.
We're legal. Oh.
Yeah, look at us.
Yes, nice. We have a lot to talk about, so let's of course scoot around for a couple minutes. Anything big happened? Short week, I think. Not a lot happened.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
So remember last week when I was like, yeah, we were gonna go see like the Sheep Detective movie, which looks fine because we weren't sure if we are gonna see Hokum. We decided to go see Hokum on Saturday night when my mother-in-law was here. And I was scared my wife was going to be too scared of it because she's relatively new to horror stuff, but it scared the hell out of me. And she did totally fine and was pretty into it. But then when the credits hit at the end of the movie and I was like, what'd you think of it? She was like, I had 6 contractions in the last 30 minutes of the movie, which she didn't tell me about during the movie. Wanted to finish it, which I respect.
That's a real gamer move, man.
It's super. Yeah, absolutely. That's the badass like WoW raider mom sitting and finishing the boss pull before being like, we got to go to the hospital. Anyway, so she was like 6 contractions in 30 minutes. That's bad. That's an average of 5 minutes apart, which is, the sign to go in.
Does that mean like as someone who doesn't know anything about babies, that's like,
so what's
a contraction feel like?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, what it basically is it's basically your body, like you're the uterus, like squeezing like the baby out like it's toothpaste towards the exit.
But like so is it like when sometimes when I get done working out and I sit down in the car and my leg seizes up and it hurts really badly and it's like all like
I think that means you don't have enough potassium.
I get that a lot. I know. But is it like that but on the tummy? You know what I mean? Is it just anything
I've never had one, buddy, so I don't know.
You did don't they make the machines where you can simulate them?
I've not used the machine, but they seem painful.
Okay.
So before we recorded last week's episode, I was like, we went to the doctor, usually at 36 weeks, which is what we were at. They start doing like every week appointments to check you out. And they were like, hey, so you're 36 weeks out. 40 is technically full terms before that, but 40 is the end typically for people. And they were like, hey, so my wife's name, you're 3 centimeters dilated already, which is, for people who don't know, for the baby curious out there, for like Scaro, that means the cervix, which is the
I'm aware
barrier.
Of the cervix.
Jesus Christ.
I'm glad that we had balls explained to Ryan last week, and now Ryan.
Yes, now I can explain.
Yes. Hey, by the way, in high school, my sex ed was ran by our local church. By the way, so that's.
Ooh, okay, yeah, I know that game. I'm from Missouri. I get how that works.
Yeah.
Anyway, so for anybody who only knows the cervix is a barrier that they're trying to hit all the time, which is painful, don't do that. It starts to open up over time as the baby's getting ready, and so like 3 centimeters is pretty serious. 10 is the show. 10's when you're ready to go.
How, so like hey, seriously, how do they like stick a camera in every time? Like, how do they measure it?
The doctor puts their hand in there.
What?
Yeah,
every time?
Oh, brother, yeah. Yes. Have you never been like with your wife to the gynecological appointment?
No,
I mean, I guess I only started going with my wife when she was having baby stuff. But no, like they measure it. If you look at like Google measurements for centimeters, and they measure it in like 1 centimeter, 2 centimeter, 3 centimeter, and that's where their fingers land in the hole.
What?
Yeah, dude. If you've never watched someone give birth, like, just gonna get graphic for a second, you will watch. If you first of all, if you ever have
timestamps are down below. If you're younger or you watch,
I highly encourage you to watch. It's a miracle. I don't believe in miracles. It's an incredible experience. I highly encourage, if you can stomach it. There's a lot of blood, but I highly encourage you to watch the entire thing because it's amazing to see. Anyway, you will watch a person, maybe in our case, somebody that we don't know because it was the OB on call, stick their hand wrist deep into your spouse over and over again to like stretch out the outside of
that sounds
the vagina so the head can come out.
Did she get the needle? She get the epidural?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I don't know, like when people like kind of, I feel like, and I'm not a woman, I don't know, but people wear it like a badge of honor when they don't get it. I would be like, sign me the fuck up. Stab me with two. Stab me with three, dude.
Sign me the fuck up.
Yeah.
I mean, to be clear, that needle is. I'm not afraid of needles. My wife is. Don't look at that needle. Don't look up what the epidural needle looks like. It's a spine needle. It goes into the spine.
And you get to be in there while they're administering the needle, right? Too.
Oh yeah, but I'm like in front of her, being like, "Hey," I'm asking her questions, trying to distract her.
Yeah.
Anyway, so she's like, "You're 3 centimeters dilated. You're probably not going to make it." Basic contractions are also helping to open up the cervix.
Wait, what do you mean probably not going to make it?
She's like, "You're probably not." We had planned. My son was growing large. He was like on the upper percentile of weight, and so we were already planning on taking him a week early, because in that final month they basically gain half a pound every week.
Not going to make it to 40 weeks.
Right. So we were already not going to make it to 40 weeks, because we were planning on inducing at the end of May, which would be 39 weeks, which is still full term. And we were hoping to catch him before he hit 10 pounds, because I was 10 pounds and my mom is 5'2", and her OB apologized to her because she did not have a C-section for me, and I was big. So anyway, we scheduled everything, and then the doctor was like, "Hey, I don't think you're going to make it, by the way. Like 28th of May is our plan time. Don't think you're going to make it. You should pack a bag." And we said, "Okay, we'll do that." And my assumption was that we were going to be like, next week when we come in for our appointment, they're probably going to see that she's 4.5 centimeters dilated or something, and then they're just going to keep us.
And then they would like induce, right?
And then they would. Well, they don't typically, when you're moving in that direction. They won't induce early, because technically he was premature, so they don't induce on premature. What they will do, and what they did do, is they will pop the water. They'll break the water for you, which increases the speed, which isn't actually water, it's amniotic fluid, but whatever.
How incredible is it that we have such an understanding of, even with how lacking women's healthcare is historically.
I was about to say, we know so little about women's healthcare.
But we have such a, we know enough about science where we can be like, actually, body, you're giving birth right now. That's incredible.
I mean, she was induced for our first kid, and it went super well. Like, she responded to the drugs super well. And super
How long did that take? Like, once they give her the first round of the drugs, is that like day of? Is that like week of? Like, how?
We had a weird one. Okay. Oh, it's day of. I mean, we basically induction.
Yeah.
We went in at like 10 p.m. the night before, stayed at the hospital, and then like 5 a.m. they put her on the Pitocin, which starts the induction process and starts the making the change.
Pitocin. I'm looking up the structure of this. I'm still listening. I promise.
And then her OB came in like 2 hours later and popped her and broke her water, and then they put the epidural in, and then my wife took a nap and she was ready to go. For some people, it can take way longer than that, but labor starts like once the contractions are regular, that's when labor is starting. So Jamie was only in labor for 7 hours the first time, which is really short. But
Pitocin is just a brand name for oxytocin.
Yeah.
That's sick. Anyway, sorry.
But she was pushing for 3.5 hours, which is crazy bad. Because my daughter's hand was stuck on her face, and so she got stuck in the birth canal for 3.5 hours. That's a crazy long time. Short labor, long push. Terrible. This time, so we had not had experience with having like a natural go to the hospital moment, but I assumed that we were going to come back the week later and they were going to be like, "Oh, hey, now you're at 4 centimeters dilated. We're just going to keep you. Maybe we'll break your water manually if it takes too long, but we're just going to admit you to the hospital." That's what we assumed.
Is that like a needle? Like, how do they do that?
It's like a long plastic stick. And it's hard. It's inside the body, so it's hard to see what they're doing. But the OB basically sticks it in. It kind of looks like a hook, and sticks it in, and then all of a sudden, a lot of fluid starts coming out.
No,
including, it's got some dried blood in there. It's icky. It's in like
Jesus Christ,
like pads and buckets and shit. It's crazy, man. It's awesome. It's a really cool process. I learned a lot. We had a miscarriage. We had 2 miscarriages early on, and so I learned a lot about how this process all works, and it was fascinating. And that was my special interest for a couple of months. Anyway, so we go to Hokum Saturday night. Unexpectedly, we end up changing our plans, going to Hokum late, and we went to a theater that was far away. just on a whim. And she turns to me, is like, hey, we need to go to the hospital, or we need to think about going to the hospital. I said, okay. And by the time we get back to the car, it is pretty apparent that we need to go to the hospital. Our tour to visit the birthing center at that hospital, because we did it at a different place than we did then my wife gave birth to my daughter, was for this Wednesday. So the week after we were going. So we had no idea where the birthing center was. So I'm like driving 30 minutes while my wife like can't talk to me because she's trying to chill and not get so far that she can't get an epidural, which is a thing that can happen. You can be too advanced to get the epidural to numb you. Jesus. So that's bad. So we're trying to hopefully not make that happen. So I'm calling like my parents, which are usually cool, but are being real boomers about trying to figure out where the birthing center is. And my dad's trying to get my mom, who's a total like Luddite at times, trying to get her to figure out where on the hospital the birthing center is. And because he's like, well, I can't do it because I'm on the phone with you. And I'm like, they changed that years ago. You can absolutely be on the internet while looking at your phone, but whatever, make your wife do it. So we're trying to figure that out, pulling in, getting there at the last second. It's like the hospital's closed. So we have to hit a bunch of intercoms to even get into the birthing center, which involves a lot of people being like, hey, what do you want? Why are you calling us? And I'm like, I'm pretty sure we're in active labor. And they go, oh, okay. And then they bus you up to go. Anyway, we get admitted, and like we got out of the movie at like 10 o'clock at night, and he was born at 4:25 at like 3 weeks in like 6 days, 36 weeks and like 5 or 6 days, which is technically premature, but he was still almost 8 pounds. So,
jeez.
Big kid, healthy, everything went great. And, yeah, that was very unexpected. And now we're just kind of chilling out. Had my daughter meet him and everything. She's pumped still so far. So
no, that's awesome, dude. You look well rested. Is he sleeping all right?
He is like, it's people. I can't talk about my kids with people or they get frustrated, because like my daughter is an extremely good sleeper. She slept through the night starting at 5 months, which is like crazy early. And she basically has had no issues with like sleep regression or anything. She's very chill and she's very well behaved. He is so far significantly more chill than she was, which is not the way that usually goes. We have been guarding ourselves for everyone being like, the second one is a tyrant. Especially if your first one's good, the second one's a tyrant. And we're like, okay. And we were leaving and the nurses were all like, he's chill. And we were like, is that going to change? Like, do we need to guard ourselves? And they're like, it can, but like, probably not. I think you guys just make chill kids.
Nice.
So, but we do formula. And so my wife and I have a system where we do shifts. So I take the night shift. So I slept during the day today. But I slept a decent amount of hours for having a 4-day-old. And then when I get off of this podcast, I'll take him for the night shift and we'll play some more God of War and watch Invincible, which I'm now 3 episodes into. It's crazy.
First season?
First season. It's crazy that you would ever for a moment bash DBZ in comparison to Invincible. It's the same story.
Did that first episode, the ending of the first episode, did it stunt you a little bit?
I had seen the first episode a while ago. So I knew, and I don't know.
Everyone generally knows, right?
Like, I don't know the full story with Nolan, but I know he's not exactly the paragon of virtue that he seems like he is from the initial marketing. So I'm aware, from Cold Look, that he's not like necessarily super like the most evil person, but also like is complex. So I'm aware of it, but like from what I know, it's very similar to Dragon Ball Z. Like it's crazy that like it's very similar. As I say, someone who likes Dragon Ball Z, I like
Robert Kirkman simp. That's it, man. That's it. But treasure the animation in season 1 because it only gets worse. Except in very
I don't think
episodes.
It looks great now. So
it is. You just wait till season 2, dude.
I've heard the animation just gets worse. And
make sure after season 1 you watch the Adam Eve special because it is probably the single best thing that they have made. It's very good. Very, very good.
I'm consuming all of the shitty dad Sun media that I can right now.
Oh, I didn't even
this,
put the
between
God of War Invincible thing
and
together.
I was like,
That's
yeah,
good.
well, I played when we were watching the Last of Us show when my daughter was born, and so we played the Last of Us games, and I'm like, oh, okay, well, I'll start God of War 2018, which is one of my favorite games, with the boy, and that's what we've been doing. So
you've been watching The Boys too?
I am not caught up on The Boys. I'm like 2 seasons off.
Okay, well, two shitty dads, so good.
True. So many shitty dads. The bar is on the floor for fathers, fellas. It's not that hard to show up and do like even just a little bit better.
Well, let's wait till the kid's like 18 before we make that. Before we.
I feel pretty confident
to
say. I feel pretty.
It's like day
confident.
4. Like.
I feel pretty confident that I can pass the Kratos bar. I feel pretty good about it.
Yeah.
Personally.
Kratos isn't a bad dad. He's a god.
He's a
He's
complex.
been through some stuff.
I mean, he killed his first kid.
Okay, he was a bad dad the first time, but the second go around,
pretty bad dad.
A little bit
the
of
first
tough
time.
Love.
It's
an unintentional family.
He's complicated.
It's just different cultures, Ryan. You can't judge him too much, man.
He's got a lot of trauma. He works through a lot of it. He does a good job towards the end. He's figuring it out, but he's definitely not there as much as he should be. He could have done better, is the way that I would put it with Kratos. So I feel like I can dodge some of those pitfalls. But anyway, thanks for everybody in the comments for the congratulations, and sorry to everybody who was confused and didn't know.
That's awesome, man. Congrats. That's so sick.
Thank you.
You'll have in addition to a numbers minute, you'll have a baby minute every week too. So
yeah. Oh, is that happening? Great.
Yeah.
I would rather do that than the baby's minute. If we want to,
you got to do both. You got to get.
Hey,
we do not lose minute segments. We only gain minute segments.
Yeah. Hey, for all the nerds in the chat, if we just want to, I could research a women's health topic every week and speak on it.
Okay, maybe not.
Successfully.
Yes, three white nerds talking about women's health. That's exactly what the podcasting world needs.
Exactly.
Speaking of good
more
dads,
research dollars towards.
Speaking of good dads, Joe Ziegler, father to the marathon community.
Yeah.
Thoughts? We got some good stuff. Welcome back if you time stamped. We got some big news. We got the official confirmation of the the release date of season 2, as well as a lot of information. Oh, what is it? So before we talk about that, I did the honors of pulling I went ahead and I pulled the recording here. Okay. So this is
you're so young, so innocent.
This is Ryan with one fewer kid. I just want to say, there were a lot of claims made by everyone here about what Ryan said, so I just want to listen real quick. Let me know if you guys can hear this. I think you should be able to.
Oh, I figured it out. Did I not tell you I figured that out? I figured out the release date for season 2.
Okay.
Oh, no, I genuinely figured it out.
How?
So, maybe this will be revealing to everybody. It's June 9th.
9th, there you go. Oh, that's weird. Whoa, June 9th. That's crazy.
How far off you were,
say
the whole week, bro.
That's crazy. That's some crazy. AI garbage bullshit.
That's not AI. That's from later in the show. No AI was used. I mean, that's not just what you said. That was what you said.
Later in the show.
No. Wait, cut that.
No,
cut it in.
Actually, I have something. Hold on a second.
Oh no. Are you
there we go.
There it is.
The crown comes out.
The Burger King crown, bro.
All
righty.
I'm impressed. I'm glad that we, found out that you are the numbers man for the numbers minute, even when it comes to dates. And I'm happy to throw some gold over the edge in honor of your knowledge and wisdom, Lord.
Yeah, what was the deal? It is June 2nd. Sorry, we fucked around. It's June 2nd. Season 2 comes out. The deal was it's our first piece.
I didn't fuck around the entire time.
Yeah, it's. Well, okay. Before I say that, it is first piece of gold we find has to go over the edge.
Yeah, I believe that was the agreement.
Yes.
Perfect. I
think we said no keys as well or bullshit.
Yes, no.
That was a
keys.
stipulation.
Okay, so it has to be a decent
implants,
piece of gold
bag,
here.
shields, mods.
Okay, and what? Yeah, okay. I thought it was really funny how Cosmo responded So I always like every time a Bungie dev is like, "Oh, I saw this on the podcast," I'm like, "Oh shit, what else did I say?" And then I was like, "Oh my,
Yeah.
oh my god, I talked about cooking funnel cakes and liquid fucking dissolved
Yeah. You did
styrofoam."
admit to crime.
That's
That is true.
great. That's great. So, yeah, that's awesome. Cool. Hey, glad everyone enjoys the pod. So yeah, season 2 is coming out June 3rd. 1 week supposedly, or June 2nd. Sorry, it's even on your fucking head.
Yeah, I got it
1
right here for you in case you
week
forget.
before Shadow and Order or whatever comes out on June 9th. Very interesting. Allegedly, barring
Wait,
any other.
you didn't see everyone on the subreddit just making an assumption that they're just going to delay the update again, because how could they not?
I have learned, Ryan, that I
You haven't
love
seen this
Reddit.
completely baseless
I love Reddit
suggestion?
very much. I don't know, man. That's fine. Whatever. Anyways, so we got a lot of shit happening in the lead up to season 2.
You guys are completely blind. Let's skip ahead. Marathon is becoming Destiny 3. So there's going to be no need for a Shadow and Order.
We've been talking about that for
PvP is
months.
here.
That's the
Yeah.
Yes,
exclusive.
yes, I have. Yes, I too have called something. Yes. My crown is in the mail. I know.
Okay.
Yeah, if anybody worried if we're ever going to run out of shit to talk about, no. I don't think
we're
so.
not.
I don't think so.
We're not. So yesterday they dropped a huge document of stuff that is happening in the lead up to season 2. This all launches on Tuesday, on what is that, like the 19th or something?
Oh, you're talking about you're talking about the end of season, the final end
The
of season
end of
update.
season
that's
stuff.
the
Yeah, I want to go
Yeah.
chronologically here.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah, June 19th, the patch on June 19th will lead us into that.
Which
and
is
it will last for the final 2 weeks.
Yeah, the final 2 weeks of the season, and they are just juicing everything. And I don't think Jake knows most of this. So, I mean, unless you read the document, but Jake didn't know.
I read it.
Okay.
I read it.
And they're adding straight up like new content. Like it's not just juicing stuff that currently exists.
Yes.
They're talking about adding straight up new stuff, which is
great, because that stuff.
Yes.
They used to do that in Destiny, like D1, as like lead up events, and then they stopped doing that, and that is sad. So this is good. Guaranteed map events. So I don't know if this means effectively they were saying like a map event will spawn every time, but I don't know if this means like every time you run Dire March there will be a warden, there will be a lockdown, there will be an anomaly, or there will just be one of the three. Which I think personally I think one of the three should always spawn anyways.
Yes, agree.
But so they just said they're guaranteed. We don't know if that means all of them or at least one of them. And they will always have at least one key as well when you complete them. Yeah. Which is cool. More loot. End of season. So gear up. Get ready to lose shit. And they also said they sort of did this with the... I don't remember if this was the public alpha or beta or the open closed alpha thing. But at one point... in one of those play tests, they did like a UESC went crazy thing for like the last couple of days.
The April. That was the last week of the April play test.
There you go. So it was the alpha one. Wait, they were. I don't fucking remember when it was. Which April? Because weren't both. No. April. Sorry. The game came out in March this year. April of 2020.
The post preview event.
Yes. Yes. Okay.
They did the last week of it, which was actually in May. They did a escalation of the UESC.
Escalation, right. So they're kind of doing that again. So there are new warden locations on the 3 maps. They said they can appear in different POIs. I'm interested if this means more than one warden can appear, kind of like in Cryo, and if it's like a combination of the 3 wardens will appear. I think that would be kind of cool.
Where do we think those wardens are going in each of the maps?
I bet they will put a spawn in every POI.
Interesting.
Imagine a hauler warden, dude. That would be sick.
Hauler warden would be sick.
A Tox warden and hauler, dude.
Yeah. I feel like quarantine or maintenance makes a lot of sense to me.
The pathing in quarantine might be weird. That's the only reason I'm like, like if you put like a big warden in there, I don't know, maybe not.
They could do
maintenance would be good.
Maintenance. They could do one on the roof of quarantine, although I worry that people would just be able to cheese it from super far away. But
complex seems like, especially like complexes in a lot of the marketing.
Maybe it's on the top floor of complex.
top floor. No, but I wouldn't be surprised if they put it like right in the middle of complex. Maybe it's in the top.
Okay, we're getting ahead of ourselves, but for a question for later.
Yeah.
Do we think that the top floor of complex will be open for Night March?
I mean, I thought it was going to be open for cryo.
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah, we're well past that.
I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't know. They said, didn't they use some kind of language like new zones and changes to zones? I think they got to open up at least one POI.
We'll get there. We'll get there. We'll get there.
It was just yeah.
Yeah. I would love a warden smack fucking dab in the middle of Pinwheel. I think that'd be sick.
Like in the middle, just where the commander usually the riot shield commander usually spawns.
Yeah, exactly. Like just in the on the ramp or whatever. I think that'd be
interesting.
Sick. They're also adding more UESC dropships. I think they specifically said this one was perimeter though. Flyovers and crash sites, which is really interesting.
What does that mean?
Like, yeah, I guess just like random events where there's crash ships, but what is that going to? Why do I care? Is there loot there? Is it just it's kind of weird, right? Because is the insinuation that we are shooting them down? Is the insinuation that they're crashing for some reason? Is the anomaly causing them to crash? Like, what's the lore? Because if the USC is like increasing dominance, nothing says, "Hey, we're super competent," like crashing. You know what I mean? So,
well, the other crash ship that we know of is an outpost, and it was carrying the biohazard agent that got Orion. So I don't know. Maybe they're moving some. I don't know, anomalous material or something.
Yeah, maybe the anomaly is like causing them to crash.
Yeah, could be.
Perhaps.
But it's interesting that perimeter would be the map that you would do that on then, since it seems to be the least impacted by.
I think,
or maybe it's the second least, but
perimeter is the only map I can think of that actually has roaming UESC ships currently.
Yeah, because the intercepts, the ships fly over the intercept location.
Well,
I mean, maybe they'll crash as part of the intercept spawn.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be cool. Yeah. They said a quote new threat from the UESC. I think they specifically said the UESC will deploy a new threat on Darsh and Perimeter. Dire Marsh and Perimeter. So
let me see what their exact wording are.
Yeah.
Do you have a speculation here?
New threat to me says new unit type, right? Like
UESC will be deploying a new threat on Dire Marsh and Perimeter to help shut down runner activity.
Yeah, I don't think this will be a compiler because I don't think you deploy a compiler.
Well, that's not UESC.
The UESC also, the UESC get murdered by the compiler. So
yes, exactly.
Clearly there is some sort of, or by the ticks or whatever. So clearly,
I think the verbiage deploy
means
it's like, if they were like, hey, they have more compilers and they're just releasing them. We'll release a new threat. To me, that would say compiler. But deploy to me says new enemy unit, or big enemy unit or something. Yeah. Right. Oh, you're going through your emo phase. I like that. I like the emo phase.
There is a UESC unit that we've seen in concept art that has not been in the game. Marathon automated defense drones, which in the concept art from 2023 seems like it had what, I don't know, kind of looks to be maybe Sentinel standing on top of it. I forget exactly what that runner concept looks like, but I feel like it's much more in line with Sentinel. So maybe if it's coming into season 2, also it would make sense now that we know the UEFC have boarded and done some work on board the Marathon. Maybe they're repurposing some of those old units that they have up there.
Do you think Marathon
you could automated defense zone would be cool. Fly it?
Oh, yeah. Wait, this one here?
I'm
it's like a runner standing on top of one.
Yeah, that's the Craig Mullins redo art. Yeah.
Can you fly it?
I just sent you the Reddit post talking about it.
Yes.
From Meaty Yogurt. Shout out.
And give it a few seasons. Give it a few seasons, and guess what? That's going to be your Sparrow, big boy.
There we go. Yeah. So they are. It's hard to see, but yeah, it does look like they're on top of.
Yeah, that definitely.
Oh, that's sick. Actually,
that looks like the thing from that one drone mission in Marathon 1.
I hated that one.
Oh, that one is awful.
Yeah, that's what those are. The Marathon automated.
Yeah.
The man.
That's cool.
Interesting.
No, that's awesome. I think that's a great shout. And
Yeah, shout out Mads Mikkelsen. Wait, another good dad game as well, Ryan. Death Stranding 2.
Yeah. Oh, Death Stranding 2 is like my game of the year last year. I loved it. Dad game of all
Beautiful.
time.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I did not like the way the beginning of that game made me feel.
Your game of the year last year wasn't Blueprints.
What? I mean,
Your game-
Blueprints
Get
is
it
up
the
there. I love
fuck
Blueprints.
together, Scarrow.
but-
Get it together.
It's gotta be the game of the year forever.
Blueprints
might
is
be
very
game of-
good.
might be game of my life. Love Blueprints. I got a replica. You probably can't see it. No, I got a replica of the Garden Key the other day. I love Blueprints. Anyways,
Nice.
Mm.
That game's great.
Fucking yeah, that's a great shout out, Jake. And if you're right, Ryan has to throw his first gold off of a cliff.
No, I don't think
Just
so.
squeak it in the- and he agrees, and we're moving on.
Yeah, and we're moving on. Another thing that they're doing is they're adding more keys. We'll come back to the other point, but they're adding more keys. Wall safes have been generally pretty useless. They don't even give you that many credits, but they will now have a pretty good chance to give you keys.
They can give you valuables. I've gotten some gold valuables out of.
You've got
out of wall
gold
saves.
valuables out of wall saves?
I got a twin sons out of one an outpost once on a rook run.
It's no, it's not that. It's not Twin Sons. It's Dead Twins. What is it called? Jake, help me out here.
The Severed
gold-
Twins.
Severed Twins.
Severed
Thank you.
You're
Twins.
thinking you're thinking of Solid Snake and Liquid Snake and Solidus.
Yes, I'm
You
thinking
know,
of
I
the
gotta-
GameCube hit Twin Snakes.
I got a gold out of a 2x2 box in Overflow, just sitting on a fucking desk, bro.
What the hell?
Damn.
A gold thief core.
I need to be in these guys' lobbies. What the fuck?
Yeah, Bungie hooks it up. They give me good lobbies because I'm bad at the game.
I do believe they said that the wall safe ones are deluxe keys, though.
They did say that. Is Deluxe blue?
Deluxe is blue, I believe.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. I would hope that they're for the map you're currently on.
I also would hope that. I'm hoping that's true for the wardens as well. I'm hoping it's like a.
Maybe. I know when I was talking to them, playtest days, like a year or two ago, they said a lot of the core philosophy for keys was it was a part of the loop to get you to go to other maps.
That makes
So,
sense too.
but I think like, especially if you're capping it at blue rarity, I think it's like, hey, it's just something extra to do this run. I think that's cool.
Yeah.
Key templates, they're changing from fragile to compromise, which I misspelled.
God.
Compromise. So you have to then take one, and it's fine if you go down, but you have to get a matter fixative from a captain or whatever, and then exfil. I think that is a great change. I actually like that change more than Bloodthirsty, especially with sort of the lobby size changes, because there's a very good chance that you go in with a key, Bloodthirsty key, and then you only spawn in with two other teams and they just die. And then then you're just screwed. So I think this is a great way, no matter what, you can get a matter fixative and exfil. I think that's
Forces you to make a lot of noise, and then if yeah, I think it's a great change.
Yes. The final week of ranked. So next week of ranked, starting on Sunday, will be Outpost. And then the final week will be Cryo. Now, I'm going to throw this out here, boys. We were talking about this pre-show. I think
it.
Nice. I think there needs to be a community effort. Sorry, Bungie, to make this final week of ranked as friendly as possible, because there is genuinely enough loot on Cryo for all 5 teams to hit their cap and exfil without firing a single fucking bullet at each other. With between the vaults, the compiler trace being 40k is enough for a full team of diamonds to get out and hit their score. There's weapon lockers. There is, doing the compiler better be a freaking full rank. You know what I mean? It better give me 1 billion gold coins. I think there's a genuine chance that we make a very friendly everyone push and we can all get the bully skin. So that's what I'm starting. I'm gonna try to start.
Wow. I think Batman here makes a really salient point on in terms of what the friendliness of Cryo.
Hey, Batman is
weren't
friendly.
you just telling us? I believe you were just telling
Batman
us
is
about-
friendly. I end fights using as few bullets as possible. I'm limiting collateral.
That
damage.
is what he's known for, isn't it? Yeah.
Yes.
As soon as peace behooves you. all of a sudden it becomes a priority in the
Yeah.
cryo archive.
Hey, sometimes I die. Batman's essentially just Russian roulette. Like sometimes I get killed.
Yeah. What's your ratio on that one, Chief?
80%.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
you know what? I don't think that is usually the ratio of success on Russian roulette.
I will not. Well, it depends on the size of the
Sure. Yeah. It's on the size of the chamber. Yeah. Sure. Good point. Good point.
I will not be Batmaning ranked. I will be running around saying, please be friendly so we can all exfil and have fun together.
Well, I ran a 12-man dire march this week, and I've developed a strategy that is very effective for diffusing situations. And what you do is you play very poorly, and then you sound very embarrassed and submissive about how poorly you played. So you say to him, "Hey, that was really embarrassing. I was going to shoot you. I accidentally threw a bubble shield on top of you after I downed you, so I couldn't get the finish. And then you killed my friends. That was really lame of me. If we could just all forget about this, I'm just trying to do this." And that is very successful. You will find success
No,
to
it's
make
not. That works.
Listen, I have the VODs to prove it. It is. You just have to sound like a sad, submissive, pathetic failure at the game, and people take pity in you for that. So
what's like your
feel
success
free to
rate
use
there?
that one when you're trying to make the cryo a little nicer.
What's your success rate there?
Probably 100%, just about. Probably 95%.
How many times do you do this?
Listen, I play very poorly very frequently, and people feel bad because the other team can experience me throwing my bubble shields at them and whiffing 4 sniper shots around their head when they're just not even looking at me, standing completely still. They recognize that too. And a lot of time they're willing to give back a little bit.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Bring that energy to cryo ranked, buddy.
I will, just for you.
Subroutines are confirmed to be carrying over seasons, so that's cool.
Huge.
And another change they did, to the sponsor kit only mode. They took it away, which I hate because I love playing it. But they changed it from the white sponsor kits to green sponsor kits. You don't like this?
No. This isn't what this is. They did that last week. This is the secured sponsor kits that I don't really like, which is the hey, depending on what level you got this in season 1, we're gonna give you some initial loot.
You get more sponsor kits if you played more of the game.
Well, you get loot packages, kind of like the playing in the beta, and then we're gonna send you stuff that has cool stuff in it at the beginning of the season.
Affect us.
I mean, it definitely does because we're gonna get. We're all over 75, so we're gonna get all the loot. I just think
it's like after like 2 or 3 good runs, you'll have better loot than them, anyways.
It depends on it depends on what's in them. I don't know how explicit they were about what all's in it, but like, I enjoy the beginning of the season as a time to restart.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so reading it is just like enhanced deluxe and superior cyber acne kits, so they're just like the 10,000. It's a nice head start. I really like the sponsor kit mode, and there's just not a lot of time in the game where you don't have a lot of shit to use, and so I kind of like the whole like everyone starting on the same foot thing at the very beginning, and I kind of it feels like it laughs in the face of that just a little bit because you get four decently good started free runs. It's fine. I'm not like mad about it. It's fine.
And I'll take it off your hands.
Hey, that's against terms of service. So
I don't think it is.
I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah, it is.
The Q sniping?
Yeah, it is.
It is.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's definitely griefing.
100%.
But
speaking of,
so I don't want to spend too long on this because people are very heated. I was reading the Reddit on this today, dude, and people are fucking furious. It's crazy.
You didn't go to Reddit.
I don't. NAPainter. This happened after the show last week, or like maybe we talked about it. Maybe it happened like
it did not. It happened after the show.
Okay.
Because everyone was mad that we didn't talk about it.
I did a video on it. Everyone knows.
Is it NAPainter or is it NAPainter?
It's NAPainter.
Okay.
NAPainter is a longtime community member of the Destiny community. Very skilled endgame player. He's done some crazy challenges. He's the only player to do 5 feet master equilibrium. He's freaking crazy at the game. He
Really?
also He
Yikes.
also
Yuck.
does a lot of exploits. He's big in exploits. Now, I want to give context here for Jake because we were kind of talking about this, and I think this is important for my little soapbox. And it's really not that big of a deal. Feel free, if you've heard me talk about this in stream, feel free to fast forward like 5 minutes. It's really not that big of a deal. But Bungie has a very long history of, if it is in the game, they will not ban you for it. They have come out and they've explicitly said this like a dozen times. It doesn't matter if it's game breaking. We've had the most fucked bugs that you could ever imagine in Destiny, ranging from infinite supers, duplication glitches for anything that you can think of in the world. The crafting where you could combine guns to make god guns that did crazy shit and use it anywhere you want.
Yeah,
They've
it
never
basically
been
like invalidated like every solo flawless emblem in the game.
Yeah,
from
yes.
from prior to when it was like.
Certain ways to win trade. They've never banned for that I'm aware of, and they fixed certain exploits. Complete AFK macro farms, where there are advanced macros that look for certain symbols on certain parts of your screen and run certain routes so you can AFK farm stuff. That is now bannable, but no one has been banned for it before that became a rule. Bungie has a very long history of embracing exploits and cheeses and stuff. NAPainter, long story short, found a way. The part that I don't like is he pulled the map into a map editing software. I actually don't like that you can do this. People have been doing this in Destiny for years too, where you can data mine the 3D file, put it in Blender or whatever, and you can look for holes. People do this before like every day one in Destiny. I hate it. I hate that it's even possible. It's very annoying. So certain people in the 3D modeling community have the map file for Cryo. Using it, my understanding is certain oob routes were found. NAPainter used an oob route to glitch into the loot room of Compiler, wait until a team killed Compiler and was looting, and then killed them. And then went on to be kind of an asshole about it, not only killing it, but kind of mocking them, and then mocking them some more, and then mocking them some more. And it was like not a great look.
Also gloating on stream about how nothing was bad was going to happen to him about it afterwards also.
Yes. So, I want to go. I've said this 100 times. I will continue to say it. I do not like what he did. I know he has the way to report this stuff directly to Bungie and talk about it. I don't like that he did it. I definitely don't like that he did it on stream, and I definitely don't like that he like humiliated these players. And then in the update is that him and his team have been banned for 1 month from Marathon.
Suspended.
Suspended. Yeah,
Temporary
temporary ban suspension, yes. So they will miss the rest of this season, including Cryo Ranked, and they will miss the beginning of Season 2. So that's a very big punishment for especially an up-and-coming coming streamer. My thing is completely disconnected from NAPainter, completely disconnected from what he does. I am personally a little bit worried of the precedent that it sets for Bungie to now be like, hey, historical precedent in our TOS for over a decade, for like over a third of my life has been, we don't ban for this stuff. You can use any exploits you want. And now I don't mind that they make new rules. I don't like that they make new rules and then retroactively assess punishment for breaking rules that didn't exist. And I understand the arguments for griefing specific players. I know there's like sort of the kind of like a low-key harassment vibe to it because he was acting kind of like an idiot about it and like calling out these specific people and kind of making fun of them. Totally get that. I just think, especially with like some of the best things in Destiny history being like the crafting and being very exploity, cheesy things that are definitely griefing players. Absolutely. The first people for the first day of the crafting before it came out how to do it, people were going flawless. People were ruining people's day. No one got banned for that. And I just don't like, personally, I just hope when they come out and they update the TOS, I hope it is very, very clear. Because I just don't like expo facto banning for stuff. I just think that, or suspensions for things. I think dangerous precedent to set in a company that is generally celebrated for its handling of exploits. So that's just kind of my little soapbox.
I think Geeky Pastimes, who writes pretty regularly for my website, which is cool. But is also a YouTube guy for Call of Duty. Known for Call of Duty stuff. Put out a video kind of talking about this, and very much in the opposite vein of being very heavy, feeling very heavy-handed on the banhammer aspect of it. And I'm like kind of in the middle here, but I agree with something that he said, what I think is important, which is that when you have someone in the creator program, and I think creators in general, should be held to a higher standard of behavior than regular members of the community. And I think it's very easy for a perception to be that like he's getting off scot-free because he is a creator. I agree with you that the precedent certainly suggests that's not true. The precedent suggests but I think that's a concern, and I think
so. I guess sort of an extension of this. As last I checked, he's not in that server anymore. So he doesn't appear. I don't know if that's a temporary suspension from that as well, or what. We did that. Those
but he was
details
before.
were not revealed. Yes.
But yeah, he's no longer in the creator program at this time. So like, I don't know. I think a temporary suspension is kind of the thing that. I think they kind of handled it the best way possible.
Mm-hmm. It's better than a permanent ban, I think.
A permanent ban is ridiculous. I think anybody suggesting a permanent ban is silly. Like, we've all been in he seems like a young guy in his early 20s or whatever. And like, I've done shit in my early 20s that I wake up and think about randomly and I'm like, Jesus Christ. What an idiot. What an asshole. Like, I've had that thought. He should be able to do that. And like, he didn't do anything that was.
He should be able to, because that's going to be clipped. He should be able to reflect on his bad decisions.
He should be able to make like a relatively minor but shitty mistake in this game and not have a permanent ban on his mark.
Yeah.
I think suspension makes total sense. I actually think the suspension is a little lengthy. I think through the end of the season would have been fine. I think the fact that he has to miss the first week of season 2 as an upcoming streamer, I think kind of sucks, but also like I think that kind of pushes what they're going for home. I think ultimately it's a question of like, Bungie was very serious about saying the security of this game is important and the preservation of the experience is important, and cheaters are going to cheat and stuff is going to pop up, and the truth of it is that no matter how confident you are going in, no matter how good software you have to push back against it, it is easier to cheat than it is to prevent cheaters. And so it is always going to be the case that Bungie is going to be in the situation where have been for the past couple of weeks, where like they're trying to catch up to cheaters. Yeah. It took the cheaters a while to get in, but now they're in the process of trying to catch up.
I think it's important to say that like Oobs and like.
I'm not saying I'm not comparing them necessarily, but what I'm saying is we're talking about like a big part of Marathon's initial communications from Bungie was that they care about the integrity of the game. Out of bouncing is not cheating. It is not like downloading cheats.
It's not hacking.
But it's not hacking. Yeah. But it is also, I think, like, to suggest, which I'm not saying you're doing this, but some people are, to suggest that it is the same as just a traditional exploit like farming mats in Destiny or doing something like canceling or weapon swapping that allows for super fast super regeneration or something like that. It's not the same. Out of bouncing is like very obviously and intentionally breaking the game I farmed like mats from the Black Armory forges forever by the overnight thing, and that's technically an exploit of an economy, and that I agree is fully Bungie's fault. Out of bouncing is like a very deliberate decision, and I think when you take away completely being like, well, technically it's not out of terms of service, I think that's technically true, but like it really takes a lack of self-awareness to look at what he was doing and not be like, this is bad. And also
I just think there's other things that are not exactly the same but comparable on that spectrum that I'm worried about. Like do you guys know about the M77 glitch? The omnipositor glitch where you could ramp up the perk and it would make any gun shoot faster. And that's an instant win. You would ramp up a bully, a regular bully would shoot like a gold bully. The biotoxic disinjector would you could dump it. And
Oh,
so like
I saw your video on the thing too.
okay,
and I
so like
I totally
does that
agree.
count? Because that's like
No.
you are doing that glitch and it is griefing and it gives you an
Sure.
unfair advantage. You know what I mean? It's
I hear what you're saying. I think the
Yeah.
difference is it's like with that, Bungie can do exactly what they did, which is they just disabled the weapon. With the cryo situation, their options are to disable the map or potentially disable the encounter if they have the possibility to do that.
they did
But
fix
like,
it today. Or
oh, they fixed it,
yeah.
but like they have to, like patch in something in the game to fix it.
Yeah.
And they can't just go yoink. Okay, we're gonna pull that out. That sucked for the couple people that got murked on that. I would love for them to find a way to be able to compensate people for that kind of thing. Although
They
that probably
did.
sounds
They
really
did.
complicated. No, not the compiler one. Sorry, I meant
Oh,
for people
okay.
who got M77 glitch.
Oh.
Yeah.
I would love for them to find a good way to track and compensate people for that. I don't know how possible that is, but I think it's different because Bungie can very easily pull that out of the game. Bungie has tools to fix it quickly. The compiler situation is just like you have kind of not only have you ruined it for these people, everyone that I know that was paying attention to it was like, I'm not doing any compiler runs for this.
Yeah. And once
It
again,
changes the
it's a
landscape.
shitty situation. It sucks.
Yeah.
I'm just worried about like if it's a very arbitrary, if you're ruining people's experience by using something that we define as an
I hear you.
exploit. It's let's just say in maybe a version of the game there was a glitch to get through red barricades, which doesn't currently exist, but maybe that did at some point.
Maybe that did in the past. Yeah.
Maybe that did in the past. If I go into Outpost and I glitch through a red barricade and I'm getting loot and I'm leaving, is that griefing? I'm getting an unfair advantage. I'm ruining. Someone's now going to do all the work to open that room and it's already looted.
I think it's the spirit of it type of thing.
Yeah.
Also, because it's like, I think if NAPainter out of bounds walked into the room, prox chatted, and then, or even downed one of them, prox chatted and was like, hey guys, sorry, and then dropped his guns and turned their back.
Yeah. Do you think you don't think they get banned?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
I think it's
it is more about like the player griefing experience.
I think it's that, and it's also, I think honestly, I think it's not as bad without the BM. I think the
BM.
The bad mannersing, the way that he made fun of them and acted like
bad manner. Okay,
yeah,
I thought you were comparing this to Batman, Ryan.
No.
I was about to get very defensive. I was about to get very defensive.
No, BMing. No, I think the like acting, running over and acting like you did something big and cool.
Yes, I agree.
They look like dipshits.
Yeah.
I think if he downed one or two of them and then let them get up and was like, hey guys, we'll just exfil together or whatever. Or even I think the better thing to do is just like let them kill you and take your shit to make a point. If you wanted to do that, which is what he said he was doing, was to showcase the bug. They didn't need to kill that entire team and ruin their experience. It could have been a weird just thing that happened, and they went, "Yeah, we got attacked," and then they let us loot everything anyway.
I don't know. Like
I don't think he gets suspended.
I don't think he should have been streaming it. Like I think this should have been a private DM type of thing.
Oh, I agree.
You know what I mean? Like that's my problem with it.
If he doesn't
put
out the clip,
yeah.
I think if it's like there's a lot of things that he did in that moment that is like, you had a lot of moments for your brain to catch up and go, what are we doing? Is this a good idea? I don't think it's a good idea. And like like Geeky Pastime said in his thing, which I agree with, like there has to be some amount of player responsibility here. Yeah. And I think it would have been fine if they didn't ban him or suspend him at all. I think it would have been fine if they just suspended him through the rest of the season. I think a suspension is more in line with the stuff that they outlined in the importance of the integrity of the game. And I think when you were looking at how seriously they talked about that before, which is something that he would have read, that every major player read, that every streamer read, that everyone is aware of, he was aware that he was doing something super shitty, that was super wrong. And I think like, as long as it's not a permanent thing, I don't think there's much harm in being like, all right, you need to sit out for a little bit. And as long as, again, I agree with you that they're clear in the terms of service when they come out with it, which they absolutely should be. I don't expect that they're going to very often like make an example of someone retroactively. It was very public, and he brought the public nature of it on himself.
Yeah.
So in that way, like I think if it's not public,
I think like that might be shocking to people who aren't from the Destiny community. Like people finding out new cheeses or exploits or bugs, that has been, people have like made their content creation career out of that. Like those are
Cheese
usually
Forever, his entire YouTube channel is based on that.
Yeah, exactly. Like it is a very public and I would argue almost always celebrated thing in the Destiny community when you find an exploit, whether it's PvE, PvP, whatever. And so it might be very easy to come from a Call of Duty and be like, what are these fucking guys doing? They should know better. If he's 20 years old, half of his life has been playing this game where this is a celebrated part of the culture, right? Like it's not, once again, I'm not defending what he did, but it's definitely a very drastic mentality shift from historical Bungie stuff. And I think that is an important piece of context to keep him.
It is.
Sure.
I just don't think that it would have been as severe as it was if it was less public.
Yeah.
I think when he puts out, when he like makes it about farming a clip for it, it's then at some point it's like, that's on you, dude. Like, that was dumb. And like, to be fair, his apology is, I think, great. I mean, I'm remarked on this in our Discord chat. Like, his apology on Twitter is better than a lot of people's like actual apologies for real life bad shit that they do.
Yeah, I give it
like
an 8 out of 10.
More.
It needs a
ukulele on the swords.
Needs a ukulele, but other than that,
it could really use a ukulele.
It was really
but otherwise, it's like perfect. I don't know. I kind of think the whole thing resolved well. He's being made an example of, and kind of got, but he didn't get the full book thrown at him for it. He'll be back, and it'll be a thing behind him, something he did dumb that he did in his early 20s that got a lot of, people angry about it, and everyone will move past it. And I would be surprised if Bungie is setting. I understand your concern that like this technically sets a precedent that they could retroactively, but also I don't think that's the worst precedent to set. I understand why it's concerning, especially somebody who like enjoys exploits. I'm not really much of an exploit enjoyer myself, so I prefer to play the game as it's intended typically. And I know you are very much that's something you and I just have never agreed on with Destiny in a way that's totally fine. I respect that you're a movement kid and love doing that shit. I'm like, I find as soon as someone's like, let's skate across the
moment
like,
someone tries to suggest I get banned for well skating, you're done. I'm banning you from every one of your favorite Discord
right
servers.
And I think that's like, that's silly. That's, if Bungie doesn't want it to be in there, they should remove it. And we can discuss all along whether
how many Discords are you a mod of, Scarrow?
All of them.
Kind of.
I know John Discord.
Yo, listen, it is very funny here because this is what I've heard, basically the same thing that you guys both said from every Destiny player. Bro, I don't know what the fuck you guys are smoking something. This is like the most clear. I mean, no hate to dude. I don't care at all, but this is like the most clear, easy cut, black and white thing ever. You hit report a player. The second thing is like, did you use an exploit to gain an unfair advantage? This is the most unfair advantage you can have in the entire fucking game.
It is such a celebrated part of Destiny culture. I mean, so many like low mans and speedruns only exist because of out of bounds glitches and
but
exploits
there's no,
and stuff.
but this isn't like. I mean, this is no slippery slope thing because it was against the rules when he broke it. And it was against the rules after. I don't even think they have to. You're talking about
it's not
technically against.
It's not against Bungie
if
TOS.
You hit report player, and then you like the second or third one down is like.
I've never reported player marathon.
Okay, go hit report player. Like the second or third one down is like utilize an exploit to gain an unfair advantage, which is like verbatim exactly what he did. Ultimately, I do agree with you guys though that the number one thing is he didn't listen to MF Doom. Listen, rap snitches telling all their business. They show up to court. They're their own star witness, baby.
Go. I would like to point out that the report system is not the TOS. And as far as I'm aware, the Marathon TOS does not have anything explicitly against out-of-bounds glitches.
I don't think it does either. I agree. I'm more on your side, Jake. I kind of think they handled this perfectly.
I'll be right back though. I gotta let my dog in real quick. But you gotta ban that dude. I mean, maybe not.
Wait, is your dog oobing? Ban the fucking dog. He has to let the dog back in the map.
If the dog was out of bounsing, he would have just gotten in the room himself.
Wait, is it Bog?
And been waiting for Jake when he came back from the office.
Oh my god.
He'd just be waiting there to bark at him when he sat down.
It's really, I don't know. It's a dumb soapbox, but as someone who does enjoy exploits a lot, it's definitely like I don't know. It is different. I get it. It's different because it's PvP. In Destiny, there has been fucking 18 billion years of trials, exploits. It's never mattered. The PvP
trial,
element
it's a
matter.
very different investment.
I
conversation, though,
understand,
between
but it's
trials
the
and
closest
marathon.
precedent we have, and
Sure.
once again, as far as I'm aware, the TOS does not currently reflect it, and
Yeah.
that's all I'm worried about. But how long? It's a currency duplication glitch in marathon. Technically doesn't affect PvP, but then it technically does because you can get infinite gold misrises. So
Sure.
if there's the silk glitch for the season pass, let you get the schemas way faster than everyone else. So you got access to certain loot faster. And I'm not saying these are directly comparable, but I'm saying they are on the spectrum. And if you it's just one of those things. I don't know.
I think there's a wide range of very acceptable opinions to have on
I totally
this
agree.
particular topic, and like I don't think it's as. I think the only like incorrect, like fully incorrect thing is the idea of being like I did nothing wrong. It's like that's fucking garbage.
Yeah, I don't
like
think
you
anyone, I don't
you
think
you are if you are like fully with it, you cannot possibly look at that and be like this is a totally acceptable thing that I have done. And I also don't feel anything about ruining someone's experience to such a huge degree. Yeah, I don't know. I think Bungie seems like they compensated the players well. It's great that NAPainter was able to reach out to them and talk to them a little bit and like apologize and everything. And like he did an interview that I haven't heard yet, but seems like he's apologetic on it and everything. I think everything worked out. Honestly, is my kind of opinion on this. Like it was a catalyst for Bungie to. Like a very public catalyst for Bungie to make changes that I think they need to make. Like, frankly, I mean, we can talk about this when someday in the million years when Destiny 3 is coming out, but I kind of think Bungie is behind the times on their exploit policy, and think that like part of the reason that the game has moved so far into like power creep.
Don't say it.
Part of the reason they've moved so far into power creep is because players get too upset when they patch out exploits, and so they leave exploits.
I don't care about patching out. I don't care about patching out. But you cannot be banning for loot caves and Destiny.
Oh, I agree.
You know
I
what
agree.
I mean?
I will.
You cannot anthem this shit. You know?
No, I fully agree. Yeah, the whole like banning Glad thing, that's crazy. But the that's old Anthem lore for anybody who wants to go look that up.
It doesn't even matter.
It doesn't even matter. The point, I'm not saying ban for any of that stuff. I'm saying like it is good that Bungie is taking a look at least with Marathon, how exploits can negatively impact the game now before we get too far into it, because I do think we have kind of reached a cultural place in Destiny where people get really, really, really upset when they even just fix an exploit that's not to be intended.
Yeah,
that's not intended. And I think Bungie needs to put their foot down. I think that can make some sense, even if I don't like it. I don't like what it does to the game in Destiny. I understand it. The game is much more of like a sandbox game that's cooperative. Marathon, they need to put their foot down on what counts as an exploit like this that's really going to negatively impact people, or else people like just would stop doing compiler and stop doing stuff like that. Because I don't know. I'm glad they're going to be making policy changes for it. I'm very curious what that's going to look like. And I support people like NAPainter finding exploits and sharing them with Bungie, and even like sharing them online. But like you can do that in a way where you get out of there and you don't mercilessly mock and murder them and ruin their experience. You can just like jump out and scare them. That's also a fun clip. You know what I mean? Like you killed them because you wanted to be a jerk about it.
There's actually I think a great example of this is like that night we were doing cryo, and we did a compiler run, and Painter was in our lobby, but he stood outside the glass. Like he wasn't in my team. And he was like, we opened the loot room and he's standing on the other side of the glass just looking at us. And of course we already knew that he could find his way in and kill us. And so we were like, Painter, don't do it. You know what I mean? But it's like a funny,
that's a totally acceptable and fun clip. And I think it is worth acknowledging that like he pushed it. He knew he was pushing it. And I think Bungie took the opportunity to weigh the pros and cons, and called his bluff on it. And I think it sucks for him that he's going to miss the first week of season 2. I think that could have been pulled back a little bit, but even so, it is
interesting.
It'll be fine.
One thing I brought up in our Discord earlier is, as far as I'm aware, Bungie doesn't really do temporary bans or suspensions. Like that's not usually in Destiny. It's like an all or nothing thing, and so it's I
couldn't remember.
I'm not aware of any suspensions. So I think it's cool that they are that's something they maybe have developed here, or they're kind of usually they're very bad at like in Destiny. It's like you get banned. There's like the appeal process sucks, and just fuck yourself. Never play our games again, type of thing. And so this is it's a very interesting thing for me. We spent too long on this, so sorry for rambling, everyone. I said it would be like 5 minutes, but I just think it's an interesting discussion. New article about not only season 2, not only season 3, not only season 4, my boys, but also a comment on season 5 as well. This is our Luke Smith Beyond the Light Witch Queen final shape moment. Or
Jesus.
Yeah.
Tap dancing Christ, this thing is long.
It's sick. It's awesome that
it's
we got
good.
A state of the game article. Joe Ziegler, I just think like masterclass on this document. I think it flowed really well. I thought it was pretty funny. It did a good job. I think this was really well handled. So good job to him and the marketing team. And I would classify this as like delivering and marking, and obviously these are words, but acknowledging and saying they're going to fix almost every major pain point that I've seen of this game, which is really cool. So I'm going to rapid fire a couple of these, and maybe we'll stop every couple and talk about them or something, or just interrupt me if you have something you want to say, I guess. Okay, season 2, we'll be adding duos, rotating zone queues. So duo playlist that rotates maps, it looks like. Great. Season 2 will be adding a new matchmaking system that helps players find better quality matches with more flex for higher end players. Hopefully that means I don't match the same 20 people.
Worth mentioning also that they confirmed in this article for the first time that it is experience-based matchmaking is the main thing they have been using, which like we all knew, but interesting that they confirmed it, and also interesting that they confirmed it as they're moving to something new, which I think is smart. I'm fine if they retroactively tell people about matchmaking stuff, but as like they should continue to keep it mostly hush hush on the down low. But I mean, this is like the matchmaking system has been one of the most frustrating biggest pain points of the past, like once we got to a couple weeks in. So I'm hoping this is gonna like keep the game feeling like it does at the beginning, where you feel like you could run into anything and anyone for longer is the hope.
And hopefully like more variants too. Like it's just like I know it's a little on my end, and I know this is like such a first world problem, but it does get kind of old loading into every lobby, hitting your recon and being like, oh, there's 15 gold shields in here. You know what I mean? Like, let's switch it up a little bit, And I know every one of those people.
To be fair, I thought you were going to go down a much more obnoxious angle with that, so you're good.
Oh, no, I don't. It's just like, as soon as you hit it, it's like, all right, everyone's got fucking 10 bubbles and a golden Miss Raya. I know exactly how this is going to go. Can't wait. And it also results in you kind of, when you're in the pools that I'm commonly in, where it's like, if you don't have a gold Miss Raya, good luck digging yourself out of that hole, because you have to kill someone with a gold Miss Raya, and everyone has one. Good luck. Brutal. So I'm excited that they acknowledge that. Oh, we didn't even talk about they're adding streamer mode. Is that in here? They're adding.
No, and I think that was like a separate.
They announced that last week separately.
Yeah.
But we didn't talk about that.
Streamer protections. No, we did not. No.
Okay. Yeah, they're sort of similar to this. I thought about it because people are freaking out when Bungie makes changes that doesn't directly affect them. They're allowed to make and work on things for more niche groups. That is okay. Some things that they work on will not affect me and will affect you, and I'm not going to sit here and bitch about it because they spent time on it. That's not how game development works. So like, calm the fuck down.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
Comment on that. I fully agree with you. There's 100% they can work on a bajillion different things. Also, streamer mode needed to happen. But also, why include it? Why make it its own separate tweet? Why not bury it in something like this? Especially when it's coming days later.
Oh, I mean, no, that's a marketing move, right?
The delivery was bad. They should have put it in the creator Discord, and then they should have had creators, be like, oh, hey, and we're gonna get this.
They
could have done that, like a footnote or something.
But I think burying it in something like this is the better marketing move, because at this point, like we've been through enough Destiny stuff to know that like when they do creator stuff like that, people get mad. But if you put it in here, all the streamers will still see it. And all the streamers will start talking about
I think all of the dedicated marathon streamers will see it. My interpretation for the tweet is so, someone goes at Tim the Tap Man. You know what I mean?
But I think that will naturally happen anyway, is what I'm saying. And I think like
potentially, but the marathon marketing team has been very good at picking their viral moments. They've been picking their spots, and they've been hitting a lot of them.
But here, what I'm trying to say is like we got a lot of good information for the general populace in this article.
Yep.
Part of the problem, I think, and why everyone freaks out about it, to be clear, unreasonably, is because they don't have anything else to grip onto.
Sure.
That they know they're getting. Now they have all this cool stuff.
There were other tweets.
And then if they also were to, there was like one other right before, and it wasn't about season 2 stuff yet. It was about the end of season 1 stuff. They tweeted it right after that, I'm pretty sure.
And the quick revive changes.
Yeah. So like that's good, but like basically what they did was like, hey, let's pair a nerf with something, which I think is a great nerf, by the way, paired with something that is limited to streamers only. Whereas I think if they paired it with something like this, it would have come out and been like, hey, here's this great thing we did for streamers. And then also, hey, for everybody else, look at all this cool shit that's coming in season 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. Here's a bunch of stuff for everybody. And then a small thing for streamers.
Yeah.
My thing is like, they just got to
because this is also not this is not the official marathon account, right? Like this is the DMG, or not the DMG. This is the Andy,
the creator
Alan account, right? And so it's like, I mean, the tweets in order. Just to give context, it's game security update on May 7th. We're tracking cheaters. Then it's NAPainter is banned. Then it's cryo ranked next day. Then it's quick revive changes. Then it's creator thing next day. Then it's, hey, sponsor kit mode is gone next day, today. Then it's, hey, there's a quick problem. So it's like, this is not, I don't know. I don't really see that big of an issue with it. If the official marathon account tweeted it, sure, whatever. I just don't know, man. It's something that has needed to be. It should have been in the game at launch. To be very clear,
totally agree.
It is something, regardless if you're a streamer or not, it is objectively good for the game because this means marketing tools will have a good time playing the game, which is only good for the game. It gets more eyes on it. When someone like fucking Ninja or Tim the Tap Man not only is getting fucking ran by bots that they can't kill, but they're also getting stream sniped. They're having a bad time. That's more negative opinions about the game, and that will negatively affect you. Period.
Yes. I totally agree with everything you said. I'm just saying that like we've learned from Destiny for years. When you announce stuff specifically for streamers, you have to pair it with stuff that's for everybody else at the same time, or else people get real mad and angry that they feel like they're catering to streamers and stuff like that, which like is dumb. That is dumb. I agree with you. But you gotta pair it with something that is substantive for the normies out there that everyone is going to get also. And so when an article like this is also coming within the same week, why not take a piece of information from this thing and swap it out to that account and put the creator stuff in here and then make like a pre-announcement in the creator Discord or something.
Yeah.
Like, I think that would have made it blow over faster because the people who don't care about the creator stuff at all it'll just go over their heads and they'll be like, new runner, they say is defensive. And like, that's all they'll see for it. They'll do that. And all the streamers will be like hyped about it. And people who love streamers will jump in their chat and be like, did you see the changes? Did you see the changes? You just got to pair it with other stuff or else it's just going to like, people are always just going to get unreasonably mad about it. I wish that's not the world that we live in, but
yeah.
I think
was there a word for like the dudes who would like try to like jump in the background of like live TV broadcasts? Because we have stream sniping for that. But like those dudes were fucking awesome. Like the guys, there's like a news thing going on. Some guy gets in the bag and takes his clothes off or, says something offensive. Yeah. Those guys rule.
It's kind of
snipers,
like photo
stream snipers though, not, but photo bombers.
Yeah,
like, this is a specific term to apply to this medium. We need to bring back cool TV snipers.
Maybe I would use a different term. Well, anyways, they're doing a couple more things. We'll be expanding the back size of the vault. That's sick. That's great. Good stuff. For season 2 and beyond, we're working on a set of UX UI improvements to help making setting goals and getting into a match smoother. Now, boys, are either of you familiar with Black Ops 2 Zombies?
I probably played Black Ops 2 Zombies. I'm more of like a old school.
Okay.
Black
I
Ops
just like
1, that
Black
era
Ops
of
2 had the
zombies.
best map selection screen of all time, and I want them to do that for Marathon.
Which one was it?
It's the
Describe it to me.
the globe, and it rotates, and you go from map to map, and it like
That sounds kinda
places it,
familiar.
and it'll rotate. So I want the map of town, and then you click on it, and it zooms in on, and then you have like a portal style screen. That's yeah. And so I want a globe of Tau Ceti, and you go, it rotates, and you go to the different maps, and then you click on it, and it gives you like the zoom in preview 3D model thing that it does now. I want it way more interactive and cooler than it is currently.
Which is the Call of Duty that had the Romero map?
That's Black Ops 1. That is Call of the Dead.
Okay, yeah, that's I play Black Ops 1 Zombies most.
That's good. That was, I believe, just a menu. I want a rotating globe for map
That
selection.
Romero map was sick.
It was sick. It was very good. And fucking all-star cast. Sarah Michelle Gellar, Robert Trujillo, yeah, that's right. Robert Trujillo? Is that his first name?
Are you thinking about Danny Trejo?
Yes. Robert Englund. Sorry. Fuck,
Yes,
that's
Robert
embarrassing.
Englund, yeah.
That's really embarrassing.
It's pretty embarrassing, yeah.
That's crazy. Who's the fourth person on the map?
Oh,
Rucker,
man.
Howard.
Oh, was it Rucker Howard?
No.
That'd be sick. I know there was one that had like, wasn't there one where
This is great.
there's this
Oh, it's Michael Rooker. What did you say?
Michael Rooker.
Michael Rooker.
Jake said Rucker Hauer, which
I don't
also
know
would
who
have
that
been
is.
awesome.
It's Michael Rooker. Of course it is.
You don't know who Rucker Hauer is? Have you never seen Blade Runner?
The new one or
Are
the
you a
old
marathon YouTuber who's never seen Blade Runner?
one? The old one or the new one?
Have you not seen both Blade Runners?
I've not seen either Blade Runner.
You haven't seen either. Well, you're in for a real treat. Also, the book by Philip K. Dick, Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep, is a short story.
The new one
Is
is
it
a
full book?
sequel. It's not like a remake.
But both of them are absolutely fantastic.
No, I know it's
Like
a sequel, but
Tears
that
in
doesn't
the
mean the guy
Rain.
appears in both.
I mean, yeah, Rucker Hauer's been gone for a couple of
And
years.
like
now, I
people
think,
watch
so-
legacy sequels without seeing the original all the time.
Yeah.
Fuck them.
Both are great.
Like
The
Tears
original
in the
Blade Runner
Rain.
holds
Have you
up.
never heard
Yeah.
that expression?
No.
Unbelievable.
I've seen The Notebook though. That kind of sounds like that.
I envy you. Notebook,
Yeah,
also fantastic.
That movie's good. Good movie.
I wrote you for how many years? 7 years?
I don't know.
Something.
He writes letters for a long time.
I was just in it for the wet t-shirt scene.
There we go. That's that scene, right?
For him.
I'm pretty sure. Is it raining there?
not.
The kissing
Yeah.
on the boat. Yeah, beautiful.
Kissing on the boat. It's been a long time, bro.
They're old.
listen, you
dude.
got
It's
three-
And they
good-
died.
Good,
They died
good
together.
good frame narrative in that movie.
I guess.
Mm.
What are we talking about?
And good animated in
I
between
guess.
Blade Runner and Blade Runner 2049. There's an animated little bit that tells like the in between story or a short snippet of it. That's really good as well.
Yeah, it's also really yeah. But also, if you watch
Oh, we're
the
talking about
Notebook
zombies.
between Blade Runner and Blade Runner 2049, that's also
That
a
could-
great
yeah.
experience.
Yeah, it's a pre-sequel for sure.
Yeah, for sure,
Yep.
for sure.
Yep,
Mhm.
yep. It's wait, I got this.
Borderlands.
Barbie guy. What's his name?
Ryan Gosling.
Ryan Gosling. It's Ryan
Yes.
Gosling's come up story. Is he in that one? He's in a Nicholas Sparks movie. Right?
Yeah, he's in the Notebook.
Yeah, he's in.
Yeah, that is him. Yes. That was not I did not mean to do that. I accidentally
Really?
brought up Notebook without realizing that connection. So that's cool. Is he in the first Blade Runner? I know he's in the second one because I've seen the scene of him
No,
dying.
the first
No, he was
the first Blade Runner is like I don't
He
know
was
if
a
he was
child.
alive
It's
for-
He
it's
was on
Harrison
Mickey
Ford,
Mouse
right?
Clubhouse.
It's young
What?
Harrison Ford.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I know vaguely of it. The guy's Alien's cooler. That's all I know. Thoughts?
Very different. I mean, Alien's great
Very
as well.
different.
It's got
Sigourney
they both have
Weaver,
synths or
badass.
whatever.
Okay. Yeah, I get it. I get the
okay.
concept.
Yeah.
And neon lights.
Bro, you gotta.
You mean
watch
they have
Blade Runner.
80s sci-fi tropes?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean the synth stuff in Alien. I mean the synth stuff is not what Alien is about at all.
Have you seen?
But
I would
Ghost in the
argue
Shell?
that Prometheus is pretty heavily about the synth stuff, Ryan.
I like Prometheus. Have you seen Ghost in the Shell, Ryan?
Which
I
one?
have
The
actually
one
seen
with
Ghost in the
with
Shell.
Scarlett
The
Johansson?
one or the original?
Well,
anime?
the original. Well, I guess either or. If we
No.
haven't seen it at all, you haven't seen
I
it
have
either.
not seen
Oh
it,
my
but I
god!
know it's the
Listen,
most.
I've
I have not seen that, but I will willingly admit that that's shameful of me.
I have
No, it's
seen
great.
the
It's
Scarlett Johansson movie where she unlocks her entire brain, which I think is similar to Ghost in the
Limitless?
Shell. Limit?
That's
No,
Bradley-
not
that's
Limit-
Bradley
That's
Cooper.
Bradley
That's Bradley
Cooper.
Cooper.
also
you're right.
was
No,
in
I
American
think it's called
Lucy.
I think it's
called
called
Lucy.
Lucy. I've seen that
Yeah.
one. That's kind of like Ghost in the Shell. And I've seen all of Black
Wow.
Mirror,
Bud.
so it's like I'm sure there's some overlap there.
I've seen Paprika, Jake. Does that count?
That's
dried
great. That's
dried bell
fantastic.
pepper?
It's Inception.
Oh.
Paprika is an upsetting and brilliant movie.
I
Know
like
nothing
Inception.
watching it
I
until-
have a theory that the Odyssey is actually a
Mhm.
sequel to Tenet. Thoughts?
I really like Tenet. I love Robert Pattinson.
I also really
Been
like
in
Tenet.
love
You
for a long
fucking
time.
would like Tenet, bro.
I enjoyed Tenet.
I-
Tenet fucking rules. Also, Washington, Denzel's son, right? Isn't that the other guy? It's him and Rob Pattinson. What a great pair. He's amazing.
But do you think-
yes,
do
that
you
would
thi-
make perfect sense?
Odyssey
Yeah,
is
flawless.
Great R-Pats
What-
movie.
It's like an M Night Shyamalan thing, like with those movies, Unbreakable and Glass and Split.
Oh yeah,
Maybe.
yeah.
Those are
But like
good.
good. But like good.
You don't like those
You're
movies?
saying-
Fuck, man.
No.
We just got different
really.
taste, boys. Oh man.
Yo, I like Split and all that shit. I get down with that. I
Nice.
even liked M. Night Shyamalan's shit that he just put out. People hated the one where the dude.
Oh, the
serial
concert
killer-
one, Trapped.
Yeah, I
Oh,
kinda
Trapped
fucked with
It
that
was,
too.
it was all right.
Trapped is good. Listen, Trapped is good, but my guy, if you're gonna be that interested in, if you're gonna be as fascinated as he is by mental health shit, you gotta like read a book. Ever.
No, we
About
want it.
any
We
of
want
that
it to
shit.
not be
The beach that
real
makes
at
you
all.
old. That's cool. Oh, what you
That's a
guys
good
think?
one.
Okay, we're gonna have a random fucking segment about movies here. What'd you
Scarrow,
think?
This GIF is from Paprika. You've probably seen
what
this
do you-
GIF before.
What do you think about the fuck? Is this gonna play? It's
It's
a
not gonna
picture.
play.
Nice.
That's a picture.
Untap.
Oh,
Free
I have to like
reaction
actually go
meme.
there. I don't. Okay. Oh, nope. Is that what giving birth is like, Ryan?
The reverse of it, yeah.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that's not really what Paprika is about, but that's the gift that people spread around for
Yeah.
Paprika all the time.
Similar to
You're upset
M
about it.
Night Shyamalan, but better. Zach Krieger's
Everything.
Resident Evil trailer came out. It looked really good.
Yeah,
I
we
haven't
talked
seen
about it on the
trailer yet for
podcast.
it, but
Well, no, we
I'm
talked
pumped for
talked
it.
about the movie. We didn't talk about the trailer.
Yeah, we talked about the trailer because Ryan said he the big guy in the suit.
Yeah.
worked. That's the only
Oh,
thing
we
Ryan
did
said.
talk
I've
about
seen
it.
clips from it, but I've seen
Okay,
clips
we
from
did
it.
talk
I
about
watched
it.
the whole thing.
I'm
first.
excited.
I mean,
Anyways,
I'm pumped for it.
It doesn't matter. What the fuck
Hokum
were we even
is
talking
great.
about?
Speaking of Zach Krieger,
I think we were
Hokum
talking about stream
reminds me a lot
snipers.
of Barbarian, actually. For people who like Barbarian.
Oh, Barbarian was great.
Barbarian rules. Hokum gives me some Barbarian vibes for sure.
Okay.
I
Which
haven't
is
seen anything
which is an
for this. I'm
endorsement.
gonna check it out.
Also, if your partner's pregnant, it'll scare the baby out of them. So,
I would wait until
Huge
later
endorsement.
I would wait until the third trimester to see it then.
yeah, for sure.
Yes.
Don't see it early. But then if you're like ready to go, Hokum worked for
Depends
us.
on what your goals are, I guess.
Hokum.
yeah.
What does Hokum?
We're-
What does Hokum like translate to? Is that a word or is it a name?
I mean, it's a word. I think it typically means. I'm gonna clickety clack on my keyboard.
Hokum.
Yeah, it means like nonsense, garbage. I don't know if is it.
I think it's
Irish?
2 words.
It's like a double meaning, but I think it's.
Okay, buddy.
Oh, it's 20th century American theater. Yeah, it's kind of like I think it's the. I don't know how accurate this is. Anyway, yeah, it means like nonsense is what Hokum typically means, like fabrication.
Okay. I would just like to point out that we got there from UX UI improvements, so that was pretty good. Black Ops 2, great shit. I want a globe of Tau Ceti.
What I'm hearing is that was your fault.
Do I leave that in? Yeah. I'll leave
Yeah,
it in.
beautiful.
Yeah, I think so for sure.
UI improved, so you want like a different way to load into the maps. instead
It's
of
just
what we got
boring.
now?
It's very boring. The Hulu menu, the portal
The
style
rotating
menu.
POI kind of thing.
Oh, I kind of like the. I don't know,
What?
I kind of like it.
No, I
The-
don't.
the
Well,
that's what it
menu?
it's
on the
so
map screen.
bland. It's so bland. I don't like a lot of the base menus.
I think they could add a lot of connective tissues. I like the menus a lot.
I honestly
Hot
feel
take,
like
I
they should
guess.
do a Super Mario 64 style thing with the runners where you can kind of stretch their face and play with their bodies a little bit more in the waiting. And
Oh.
I've been saying this, and I think that's something you should do. You should be able
Is
to
that what
pose
the
in, like,
cradle
action
is, Jake?
figures. What'd you say?
That's
That's
what the cradle is.
Yeah, you get to cradle them. Listen, I think you should be able to really manipulate them, set up cool little action scenes, change the background, make little noises with your mouth like they're fighting.
Does Mario 64 also like the start screen? You run. It's like Mario running, but then you like pick up right from where he's running. Right? I think one of the Mario games does that.
No, the Mario start screen is the stretchy Mario face.
Yeah, I know,
Bro,
but like the next screen,
we're referencing Blade Runner in Super Mario 64, and you can't be tracking on. You got to go back to school, man. You got to go to media school or something. We got to show you just the basic shit.
I have played. To be clear, I have played a lot of Mario 64, but not since the N64. It's been a very long time.
But Mario 64
Fair
has
enough.
an attract screen, I think, where it's showing you Mario running around the courtyard. But as soon as you press any buttons, it takes you to the horrifying face.
I feel like there is a
Beautiful.
Mario game. Maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like there's a Mario game where it's like Mario running around in like a field or in front of the castle. And
Yeah,
then
I think your brain is cutting out, is protecting you from the trauma of the stretchy Mario
of the
face.
stretchy
And
face. Okay.
It's cutting out watching the computer play Mario running around the courtyard in the attract screen.
Okay.
It's cutting out the face in the middle, and then it's making you move immediately to when
Maybe.
you're running.
It's been a long
around in
time.
there.
I was always more of a Legend of Zelda kid than a Mario kid, but I have played most Mario games. But maybe it's Ocarina of Time. Does Ocarina of Time do that? Because it's got the same attract screen with the,
No, Ocarina of Time does not do that. I don't think.
The
There's a
horse.
save select in
The
Ocarina of Time,
horsey running around. What's
Yes,
the horsey's
that's
name in
about Hyrule.
Ocarina?
Epona.
Yeah. Oh, is that how you say it? I think I always said Epona, like pony.
People say it either Epona or Epona.
Okay.
I think it's probably Epona. I don't know.
All right, UX improvements. Sorry, I don't know what the fuck that was. For season 3 and beyond, we're working on improving our onboarding experience. Destiny, take notes. For season 3 and beyond, we'll be making changes to the contract system to improve how you interact with priority and other contracts. I think that's interesting because I actually
What does that mean?
I don't really mind the contract system, actually.
Yeah, I'm more curious. My questions are on contracts are more like how many new ones are we going to get,
That is
and
true.
how is it going to interact with new versus old,
and
like,
how different are they? Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
how
and
much
is
do you
old
have to-
story just lost? That's a good question too.
Also,
Yeah,
like,
how's it
do you have to
preserved?
play through all the old story again before you get to any new story? Do they intersperse them? Or are they going to let you pick like between multiple priority contracts and some of them are new and some of them are old?
Yeah. Will Dire
That's more
Marsh
of the
and
questions
Night
I'm
Marsh
interested in.
coexist, or is Night Marsh replacing Dire Marsh? And if Night Marsh replaces Dire Marsh, do perimeter and outposts still exist as if they at no time has passed, or are they also progressed? These are all things I want to know.
Yeah, I hope they talk about that. It kind of makes it sound like Night Marsh is going to be its own thing.
Yeah, I
and
just
that Dire
like
Marsh is still going to exist.
I kind
You
of don't
can't
want them to
split
do
it
the
and give a duo queue though. You can't have
Yeah.
Marsh, Night Marsh, duo queue rotating. Like that's too much. I think.
I
Yeah,
don't want
I
them
don't
to do the
disagree, but I
Destiny
think-
thing where it's like you can do everything all like I want the world to feel
Sure.
like it's progressing.
Oh,
And
I
to
agree.
me, progressing is Night Marsh. You know what I mean?
I agree. I am curious. They make it sound almost like Night Marsh is going to be, because they talk about the challenge of it, right? So that makes me think it's like that's kind of going to be not the cryo replacement, but it's going to be probably the closest thing we have to like a challenging end game type of thing outside of cryo. But I don't know. That's kind of just speculation.
Okay. In season 2, we'll be experimenting with 2 modes. This is huge. One at the beginning of the season and one towards the middle or latter half of this season. The experimental mode at the beginning of the season will focus more on PvE with a slight touch of PvP. It's Gambit. And the second experimental mode will be a PvE only mode that's focused on crews being tasked with completing objectives together and making some progress across matches. Now, I don't know what the first one is, but the second one, my fellas, I am quite confident. I have convinced myself that it is going to be a fresh version of Cryo that is PvE only, and you have to work together with other crews to solve all of the vaults and then do compiler.
In a single run?
No, because it specifically says making some progress across matches. So I think there will be separate subroutines for the PvE like mode, and you have to redo all the vaults working together with other teams and then kill the compiler. And I think because it comes at the back half of season 2, if you look at the roadmap, which we'll talk about, the only redacted thing is in season 3, which to me says new marathon map season 3. And
there's nothing in these that suggests there won't be a new marathon map in season 3. Also, they didn't refute that.
Yes.
You think the next new map would be a map on the marathon? Is that what you're saying?
But
yes.
I don't know.
The next endgame story map, because they do say something else. We'll talk about it. The next endgame story map, I think, will be in season 3, and I think it will be directly tied to the story of killing the compiler, and I think they will want people to experience it before the end of season 2.
That's smart. I agree.
And
also interesting though.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And if I'm right, you guys have to throw your first golds in season 3 off a cliff.
No. But something else that I think is interesting is that they also confirmed that season 3 is also getting another runner, which kind of goes against what we had said on our speculation of like maybe it's runner map. We are confirmed getting a runner in season 2 and in season 3.
Yes. Yep.
Which is interesting.
Genuinely insane that there is PvE stuff in season 2. That is so.
It's so
crazy.
fast. It's
bizarre. It doesn't make any sense. I mean, well, it's like that has been the singular discussion around this game for 3 years at this point.
Yeah.
About adding a PvE mode, and for it to just be like zero exposure or discussion around it, and then through 2 weeks before season 2, like, yeah, we're gonna try it out next season. I mean, it's kind of cool in terms of like, I guess, like responding to the feedback that they're getting. But man, what does that look like? I don't think that in general, from all the extraction games I've played, I don't think that you can really have a PvE mode that touches the PvP mode. Like that has to be separated, because your immediate PvE people will never jump. I don't say never. A very small percentage of people I feel like would cross over and do both, or would only be the PvP people who would do both. But the people who would do PvE would stay in the PvE because that's what they enjoy. And if it's not like quarantined to its own thing, like how Tarkov does it, then you're fucking with your economy, because no matter what they do, the PvE mode will be easier. The PvE mode, even this idea of like maybe they have a PvE only cryo mode. I don't think that there is zero number of bots that you could put on cryo, unless we just didn't come in with enough ammo that would kill any team I play with. Like crew fill teams that I get crewed with. Like there is no number of bots. So like I'm curious to see if this experimental mode is not quarantined, is a part of it. Like I would imagine they're going to have to change not just like what loot is dropping, but also how the enemies like behave, how they interact with each other.
Yeah, and if it is like a PvE cryo, I would also not, like personally, I would not spawn everyone in the wings. I would spawn everyone in control, and you have to work out to the wings to get your batteries and stuff. Like I would change the flow of the map for sure. So I just think that's like, it makes too much sense for setting up season 3. And the story really progressing, and gets rid of the issue that we were talking about, where it's like the compiler's fucking awesome. How do we get people to experience it without ruining the chase? You know what I mean? So, I think that would be great if that's what that is. The one where we'll focus more on PvE with a light touch of PvP. Is that just smaller lobbies?
Yeah, maybe it's just like there's one other team that's a threat or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm kind of curious, just generally speaking, about the PvE stuff, which is like, I feel like Bungie has done a really good job both in the past couple of weeks and in this article about addressing all the issues that I have. And so right now I'm like, I don't really think PvE in this game would be super fun.
I agree.
But also that's for this version of the game, and this isn't coming until the season 2 version of the game.
And we're also probably not the target. We're definitely not the target demographic for it, right?
But I'm saying
I would fuck with the PvE mode heavy.
I also
would-
would kind of
yeah.
fuck with it still.
Okay.
I-
Okay.
If it's fun, I think I am choosing to trust that. Like, I think this marathon team has earned the trust to be
Yeah.
like, I may not think this would be very fun now, but if they are making something with it, I have faith that it will be interesting and enjoyable. I think if somebody were to describe the sponsored kit thing to us in February or whatever, when we were leaning up, I think all of us would be like, that sounds like dog shit.
Yeah.
And all of us were like,
3
"This is
years
fun as
ago,
fuck."
if you would have said that, if you would have pitched an extraction shooter to me, I would have been like, no.
Yeah,
And
100%.
then and now I've put a billion hours into this. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I agree. I think this team has a lot of trust in.
Yeah.
They've
I certainly
earned
trust
roadway.
that if they think it's ready for PvE stuff, that it'll be cool. And but right now I'm kind of like, I am struggling to imagine a version of that I think is like gonna be fun. But
Yeah, you're gonna have to dial up the mechanics, I think.
oh yeah, there's gonna have to
It
be
will
like,
it will
actual mechanical
definitely
shit.
like bring some people in. I think that's cool.
Also
like
true.
ultimately, I guess that's the thing that matters, in the end.
Yeah.
So
And if it works as a catch-up mechanic as well, that's
Yeah.
that's good as well.
It's
We'll
just
continue.
gonna be
Oh.
yeah. It's just gonna be a conversation of like how they evolve it, how it relates to the main game, and like, is there going to be a certain place where you can no longer progress in the season or whatever? Like, is it a separate progression? If it isn't separate, how are they going to relate them to each other? So like, how is it eventually? It needs to all eventually funnel people back into the main version of the game at some point.
Yeah.
And I don't know how they do that. I'm curious. It's going to be an interesting journey to see how they figure out bringing lots of people in with PvE and then getting them to stay with the really addicted PvP stuff.
It
That
does
also-
almost feel like we run the risk of reinventing Destiny, where it's like there's PvE pockets and there's PvP pockets, and they give you reasons to go do all of them. It's like,
oh, the risk, you say? Perhaps Destiny 3 was right here all along. Yes. Shadow and
Anyways.
Order is emerging of the games. The file size becomes 300 gigs.
Oh, Jesus. We'll continue to run experimental queues beyond these two offerings for Season 2 and beyond, testing the waters around other mechanics, such as purely a more, perhaps a more purely PvP-focused mode, with the potential for these to become a part of the core game loop or permanent new ways to play. I think in arena mode, where they just lock down a POI and you play there for 100 kills, like it's just like you are only in Pinwheel. There's two teams, go fucking kill each other. Could be kind of fun.
Maybe.
Good testing ground. I don't know. PUBG does it, so it's like
I think I'm less interested in that than the other two modes.
I
feel like-
agree, but I think once again, I think there would be people that aren't us that are interested.
Yeah,
in it.
for sure. There are definitely people who want an
Yeah.
arena.
Or just like
Yeah,
fun
that's
modes,
with the
like a
team
gun.
deathmatch.
I've been asking for a gun game of exotics in Destiny forever, but like a gun
my
game
God,
of
yeah.
prestige gold guns where it's just like
That would be
fun
sick.
party modes. Fuck it, dude. Like do it. Yeah. A broad overview of the far future. Season 2 is on the horizon, and we'll be sowing the seeds for a lot of our future plans via new content, such as Sentinel, a defensive character, Night March systems, and experiments around new play modes that may become permanent in the future. Season 3, we're planning to introduce a lot, and I mean a lot of revision to our early experience. Oh, I lost your camera, Ryan. Did he die?
Of course, he's a fucking rook. I knew all along. Couldn't be trusted.
We're planning to introduce a lot, and I mean a lot of revisions to our early experience, including big updates to Perimeter alongside a new runner shell and
Big up.
additional no spoilers content. So that tells me new endgame map.
Wait, what is it? What is it exactly? Season 3 new no
Yes.
spoilers. Oh, okay. The no spoilers thing.
You don't have to be recording. I hear you.
No, not
He's saying
coming-
on your OBS. Oh yeah, it's popping
Yes.
up.
Okay, I'm back and I'm refocusing here in a second. Sorry about that. I
Okay,
wasn't.
no, you're
Yeah, you
fine.
can hear me through Discord, but not through the OBS. The people can't hear me.
Oh,
I think I'm back now, though.
Interesting. Yes. Okay. Yeah.
I should be back, and my camera should be focusing in a second. Sorry.
Yes, I hear you now. We're good.
Okay. I don't know what
Season
happened over
4, we're focusing on building more depth in the existing extraction loop. That's very interesting. Season 5, we're looking at bringing the whole ecosystem of PvPvE play together and evolving our weird sci-fi world in new ways. That's the Destiny 3. right there, Ryan or Jake. Season
And they
5.
did some very funny parentheses as well with that.
Yeah, they did. I don't know why.
They made it look like breasts.
New and updated zones is referenced in the article as well. I missed in these bullet points. Yeah, you did. So the wording's actually very interesting how they specifically say it, because they say something very cool that I think hints towards the season 3 map specifically, assuming it's a map. They say I'm going.
It's like they said something about alien with like
yes.
something debuffs, like mysterious debuffs.
Here we go.
Yeah,
Your
alien
fight,
elements and mind warping debuffs. Gotcha, bitch. Gotcha fast.
Yeah. Your fight for survival begins a long journey of discovery in which you will learn about ancient alien races, the dangers. Oh no, fuck, that's talking.
That
I got you. I already got you. I got you early.
It's
No,
going
man.
to your
It
head,
is starting
man.
to squeeze my head.
Here we go.
and I
Here we
am
go.
still
Here we go.
pretty
Here we go.
well
Here we go. 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 This is actually really important. Beyond season 2, we're working on some interesting ideas that will help escalate the game and bring new areas of Tau Ceti to life. As we develop this content, we're focusing on how we will bring new and interesting challenges to the game for both veterans and newcomers. Just as a note, these ideas are in development, and so in the interest of transparency, we're going to enumerate them below, but they'll likely take better shape, final shape, and change as we learn more over season 2. A new zone that leans more into alien elements and mind warping debuffs. That's an anomaly map in season 3, or a Lawan map in season 3. Thoughts?
Crazy.
New enemies from Tau Ceti and beyond, big and small alike. They confirm the Hulk here. New weapons that fill out the battery side of the arsenal. There's definitely a marathon weapon that's a battery weapon that I'm missing here, like the Zeus cannon or something. Or what's the pistol called? The pistol.
The punch.
No, in the original.
In the original.
You're talking about Zeus.
It is the
fusion
Zeus.
class.
It is the Zeus. I got that
Yeah.
right. Fuck yeah. New ways to exfil that create interesting trade-offs between how much loot you can carry versus how safe they are. And I made the joke here where it's like there's like exfil drop ships, but you get on and they're like, you weigh too much. You have to
Yeah, I
some of your
also was
loot.
curious. It was just like the express lane at the grocery store where you, like they won't let you in. If you
10
have
items
more than
or less
20 items,
exfil.
10 items or
Oh
less
my
exfil.
god. What if there is?
That
a
would be awesome.
self-checkout, 10 items or less, and you
Like
have
a
to
relatively
scan them.
safe exfil,
You have to
yeah.
scan them to exfil. That'd be awesome. So, yeah, that's
A lot of
fucking
exciting
sick.
stuff in that.
Lots of
honestly.
exciting stuff. I cannot believe they're talking so much about it. And like, really, like, can you guys think of anything, any big complaints about the game that they did not partially address there?
So firing range and
yes,
group space kind
good
of thing,
point.
which they actually did talk about prior to launch. So it is
for
interesting to
both.
see them. It does seem like maybe they're recalibrating, going like, okay, firing range, communal, tower type thing, which they had. I don't know if they reference. Did they say like communal space or something? There's some language like that. Seems
Yeah.
like maybe they've kind of taken the feedback and are choosing to focus on other things.
Well, that could also be part of like early experience, or like you could argue it fits
Could fit in
vaguely into
something.
some of these.
But I'm specifically with the firing range. I'm surprised if that was something that I think they were working on. Maybe there'd be more direct language on that, just because they have directly said the words firing range at some point as something that they want to do, right? Like in one of the like pre-release updates and stuff. I do think it's interesting that they didn't choose to kind of like explicitly talk about Cryo Archive and its position in the game right now, in terms of like how it kind of becomes the game at the end game. Like you're building for Cryo Archive and then you're going into Cryo Archive. But they didn't really kind of talk explicitly about being like, we want to make this something that's like directly Cryo Archive. It becomes the end game. We want to make it so more people are experiencing that. I thought that was kind of interesting. But like you said, that could be something that kind of maybe fits into a few other little spots they had, touched on.
Yeah, I think anything they didn't touch on that's a pain point is something that you could easily see them fitting into one of these other categories, as being like they're talking in broad strokes, and so like their increased onboarding stuff also includes making things like cryo more accessible to people, or maybe like Scaro was saying, maybe that's part of the PvE thing. So like I think all of the things that they didn't talk about that you mentioned are things that absolutely could be being worked on and could be encompassed in some of this other stuff. But I mean, yeah, those are like the few things I agree with you that it would have been nice for them to explicitly call out.
Yeah.
But I think we'll maybe find out more in the next few weeks about some of that stuff. Bungie loves to be vague, if nothing else. So we'll learn more in due time, but I definitely hope they're also working on those things. It is really, I agree with people, it's very frustrating not to have any kind of shooting range when some of the gold mods fundamentally change how weapons work.
Mm-hmm.
It would be very nice to be able to go in and check them out before I risk losing them in an actual fight. So, but otherwise, like pretty much all my stuff is covered in this.
And then just the last thing we got to look at, the new character, Sentinel.
Hell yeah, dude.
I will say let's do this and then probably marathon minute and call it because we're at an hour 45, running pretty long.
Did we talk about? Did we include in there that Sentinel is a defensive runner? Was the language?
Yes, I put it.
I went over it very vaguely. Okay. I'm just saying that supports my bubble shield
theory. I love the bubble shield theory.
Just saying.
Jake Gyllenhaal.
The Mysteria.
No, Bubble Boy.
Bubble Boy. I don't think
Come on, bro. I got to make one reference you get. There's got to be at least one.
Good luck, man.
Someone did point out that they have 2 thigh holsters similar to Triage.
Yeah, I saw that. It looks like, yeah. Are they holding the same thing though?
Maybe. Well, I think this one's empty.
Yeah, maybe.
But I think it looks like C4 different. Almost, right? Like
yeah, maybe.
It's like a traditional Call of Duty C4. I don't know, but very sick character. I love the Rorschach bullshit. I hope this moves. I want this to move so badly, like the mask part.
Interesting. I think it looks like the markings on the ticks. No?
Yeah, sorta. Perchance.
Ticks are more of like a 2003 tribal back tattoo. This is more of like what's the destroyer moving skin that we got, yeah?
Oh, the red one.
Yeah, the red one that everyone bought at the beginning.
It's pretty cool. It's like the only skin
kind of looks like that.
Worth buying. It's cool. Yeah, this looks sick. Anomaly is yellow instead of kind of like the greeny blue, sort of yellow, kind of purple.
Yeah.
Thoughts on that, Jake?
I don't know. I wonder if it's just a thing because it's at night. Maybe light's hitting it. We haven't seen what it looks like when the artificial light's hitting it. Also, Smudge Man is in there. Smudge Guy.
Yes. There's a lot of debate
coming down from the top.
If this is, I think this looks like a glitch. Look how glitchy that looks.
Wait, hold on. When you say that, do you mean like a bug or do you mean?
Oh no, sorry. I think this looks like a vandal. Sorry,
this looks like a glitch. This
maybe
looks like
I finally understand why they changed
exploit.
The name.
Yeah, now I get it. Glitch is still a cooler name, but yeah.
Wait, look back at that a second again. What is that? Where are they?
This is the backside of Complex. Like the spawn.
Is it Complex? That's AI uplink, isn't it? The fans are on AI.
This is the backside of AI uplink. This is the front side of AI uplink.
Right, but then has the anomaly
spread? Right.
No, I think
has
it's
the anomaly
AI.
Spread, or are they in the
see
water?
The anomaly from the anomaly's right next to
It's like fucking marketing material. This isn't a shot from in the game, man. This is like,
I don't know. All the other shots they've shown of Night March have been you can go and replicate where they are in game.
Okay, well, what we need to do is look where this. Oh well, is there orbit? Do things move?
See, like that. See, to me, it looks like they are. They should be where the anomaly is currently, and it looks kind of like whatever that orange is in the back. Assuming that's the anomaly, that maybe the anomaly has spread in Night March and is now behind in the water behind AI.
Oh, that'd be cool.
To the side of it.
I don't know. This to me looks like where Algae Punch to your right. This is where the guarded exfil is.
Maybe yeah.
Yeah.
Are those things yellow that stick up like that? Are they yellow?
The fans? I don't think they're. I think they're.
Are they just lit up by light?
They look green.
Yeah, maybe they're just lit up differently because I thought they were.
Also, are there lasers coming off of this? Because it kind of looks like there's lasers coming.
Yeah, zoom in, enhance.
I think there's a sniper thing right there.
Yeah, that's definitely some sort of laser shit. Man, I wonder if you're gonna be able to see runner eyes in the dark, like glow in the dark. That's gonna be fucking terrifying.
I want to know how dark it is because that doesn't look that dark. And the shot they showed us of in the previous article. I can pull that up.
Yeah,
real
also
quick.
did not look very dark. 'Cause it
Also
had,
did
like,
not look very dark.
spotlights.
So I just think it would be very funny if nighttime Dire Marsh is easier to see on than daytime Dire Marsh.
Yeah, but what if the like the red lights at the bottom of AI Blinker are off and it's just totally dark in there?
That'd be sick. Yeah, look, so
That'd be
here's the
terrifying.
other image we got. And you know, there is artificial light here, but this does not look that dark.
Now that is in front of Complex.
Yes. Yeah.
Like you're facing this person is facing the water side of Complex, and the anomalies to their back.
Yeah.
And AI uplink is to their right here. So I just wonder how much the map actual structure is going to take. Like how much it's going to change.
Yeah. I hope it's significant. I don't want it to be Dire Marsh.
Dire Marsh is still my favorite map.
That's insane.
Because I'm a real sicko, I guess. I'm so fucking sick of Outpost. I cannot tell you how sick I am at Outpost. If I have to wait out and he's cascade one more fucking time.
Yeah,
I hate that mechanic. But I understand why it exists, but man, it drives me crazy. But I love Dire Marsh still, so I am pumped for Night Marsh to come out. And my Narsh, yes.
Narsh.
And thankfully my son was originally due the day after Night Marsh came out, so he's a real gamer. I may have already said that. Did I already say that? I don't know. I'm still running.
You said it last week, but yeah,
you wanted to slip in just in time.
I'm still technically running on quite a bit low on sleep, even if we have a pretty sweet deal going on. So I may have already said something like 4 times. I'm not sure.
No, you're good.
I'm relying on you guys to tell me.
All right.
This crown is also pretty tight. So
marathon minute. We're giving Ryan the week off because someone submitted a question or something. The ticks.
Yeah, or something. They're a subject to talk about. Yes. Also,
do you have a picture of this that I can show on the stream here? I think
also, just to mention, there was a submission as well for a chemistry minute from Wodang Williams, but we'll get to that next week.
Yeah, we'll probably do that next week because this is running.
Wait, can you say really quick, Scare, why is coffee in styrofoam cups if it's hot?
Why is coffee in styrofoam cups if it's hot? What?
Yeah, like won't it melt? Isn't that all fucked up and bad?
Oh no. The styrofoam didn't melt; it dissolved.
It dissolved in the oil. Yeah. But I'm saying, is heat not a factor with styrofoam at all?
It is, but the chemical. So coffee is like 98%.
Coffee's not hot
water.
enough.
No, it's water.
Got it.
And water is very hydrophilic. You know, it's very polar. And styrene is a very hydrophobic monomer. It's just grease. And so polystyrene is very hydrophobic. Doesn't like water.
So you can put boiling water in there and that's fine. But if it's boiling grease, not good.
I don't know what the TG of styrofoam is, but
it can handle temperature of hot water.
Is TG like the melting point?
Got it.
Okay, so
I think it's the BGs.
So TG of styrofoam is right around water. Actually, that's actually very interesting. Right around the boiling point of water. So
TG?
TG is the glass transition temperature. So melting. Okay, we're gonna do a fucking chemistry minute. Fuck them. So polymers are a bunch of spaghetti noodles. So think about a bowl of spaghetti noodles, and the longer that and more enchained spaghetti noodles are, the more energy it takes to like move them apart. Right?
Yeah.
Like
Sure.
It's like a knot. So polymers don't melt. You put enough energy into them for the chains to flow, and then they go from a glassy solid to like a more rubbery-ish kind of liquid. So it's more tacky, like a glue. And if you put enough pressure and enough heat, they will flow, but it not like go liquid typically, unless the TG is super, super low. And so that is called the glass transition temperatures, the temperature in which you are putting enough heat into polymer chains to make them move efficiently and flow. Now, there is something called a melting point for polymers. That is only for crystalline polymers. The melting point is where, polymer chains are usually very complex, but sometimes the chains will line up just right so they pack extra closely, and that's when you get crystalline polymers. So if you have plastics that look hazy, like milk jugs, those are partially crystalline. Hard hats, stuff like that. And so... or if you take, this is actually really fun. If you take a, like water bottle, like when you get a case of water bottles, if you take that plastic and you stretch it, it'll get hazy. You are putting, like you are forcing the chains to align and then they crystallize partially.
Interesting.
And the melting point of a polymer is where the polymer chains get enough freedom and movement to break those crystalline domains, and they become amorphous, which means they're not packed very tightly. And then that is typically a higher temperature than a TG, so you have to put more energy to break crystals than to just make things flow. So
Dude, bro, science is fun as fuck.
it is
Yeah,
really cool.
science rules, bro.
Very cool.
Some say
So
this is not
coffee
too
is
odd.
in styrofoam because styrofoam's hella fucking cheap. You would have to get styrofoam. You'd have to like boil the shit out of styrofoam for it to melt. And typically not soluble.
Dude,
So-
can we do a
the
chemistry
issue
minute
with
where
the
you just tell
styrofoam
us how to
plates
make a
is
bomb?
what it landed in, not necessarily the temperature of it.
Yeah, so oil is very hydrophobic because it's a bunch of
Yeah.
it's fatty acids, very it's hydrocarbon essentially. And so that and the rule in chemistry is like it dissolves like. And hot like definitely dissolves like. So something that's hydrophobic will be soluble in hydrophobic stuff. So it's the same reason you can dissolve salt in water because they're both very polar, but you can't dissolve like your fucking thumb in water.
Right.
Yeah.
And so that's why, and so styrofoam being hydrophobic is why, like, if you pour a bunch of water on a styrofoam plate, it just kind of stays in its completely contact form and just rolls around.
Yes, that has to do with a couple
instead
things.
of getting the styrofoam wet.
Yes, so
Styrofoam doesn't get wet; it just has water on it.
Yeah, it's actually
hydrophobic.
this actually a property called contact angle, and you can measure the hydrophobicity of a surface specifically by measuring the angle of a water droplet relative to the plane of the surface.
Interesting.
It's used a lot, and how it disrupts the surface tension of water. It's pretty cool.
Huh. I can't believe we tricked you into doing a science minute.
Yeah, we were supposed to skip this. Good question.
They should have a cooler name for chemistry. And I feel like it doesn't sell it enough.
What?
Yeah, chemistry.
I would like to hear more
Kinda
about what
dull.
you're having, what you're trying.
I always say I'm a polymer chemist, and people are like, "What's a polymer?" And I'm like, "Oh, it's like a plastic material." And they're like, "Oh,
Yeah, no say that.
no one ever wants to hear that I work on plastics." You know what I mean?
Well, chemist. The problem with that is alchemist is a cooler word than chemist.
Absolutely true. But
Yeah.
alchemy is also a different thing than chemistry.
Yeah, I know, but
It's also
chemistry
not
should
Isn't
just
it?
take. Yeah,
Yeah.
chemistry. You guys should have just taken the AL and said your shit's not real, so we will become the alchemist now. Because alchemist and alchemy, cooler words, much more ethereal, much more
Dog.
whimsical.
I put shit in a flask and heat the shit out.
That's
of it.
like saying
And we're back. Scaro said something he regrets. It will be cut from the podcast. You're just hopping back in. We're about to do the marathon minute, so all's good. Let's carry on here. We're going to be talking about ticks this week. I know Ryan's been very busy with his little baby, so we got a JoJo Knob in my Discord who had reiterated something they've seen before and sent it over for us to talk about on the pod. JoJo, we all love you and respect you. The ticks. Well, let me take a step back here. After you defeat the compiler, you go into the breach where you can see out the massive expanding marathon ship itself. And there's creatures that lie on the floor that seem very alien. They have this purple blood, and they're also kind of breathing. They're moving up and down. And so when I had fought the compiler, and we were talking about it a few weeks ago, when Scaro had fought the compiler, we're like, what are these? And I had kind of come to the conclusion, well, kind of maybe they're supposed to be wasps, because in Marathon 1, the only alien that we see that gives off purple blood is the wasp. So maybe these are some kind of like proto wasps or something like that. Well, JoJo rightfully pointed out and sent a screenshot over, and I sent some screenshots to Scare if he wants to pull them up. That here on Dire Marsh, we see what appear to me and to JoJo to be the same exact creatures that we're seeing in that breach area. And yeah, here's a picture you can see of the even the stuff that we're seeing on the walls that the ticks are emanating from. And this is the kind of tick milking extraction area within Dire Marsh. In Greenhouse, the building that is farthest north, I believe, is a good way to describe where that's at. And this, I think, is very clearly a tick milking facility. We have tick milk posters outside of them. They're clearly got tubes. It looks like they're being milked. Yeah, we have the symbol that seems to be for ticks outside of there. So I think that would indicate that these are the ticks that get milked, which I believe might create maybe delineation. And I do not remember. I don't think that in the tick milk item that we get in the codex, where we see them, the Dr. Tobias, right, going through and developing the tick milk. I don't believe that we get like a clear indication that there's some sort of delineation between the ticks that we're milking and the ticks that are attacking us. But this seems to indicate that maybe the female ticks appear differently, or maybe there's some other form of the tick, or
Oh.
maybe it's a more mature version, or like a mother tick, or maybe there's some sort of hive element to this where there's different
Genetic
variants or
mutation?
something that are
But
different.
why
It could.
would so that's cool. That's cool. I like that explanation. But then why are there only female ticks at Breach? Isn't that weird?
I don't. Well, the other thing about Breach is that we see a bunch of nests. We see the nests there, and so like the area is kind of overbuilt with that like kind of dirt ball mound kind
Yeah.
of structure that we see. So maybe the ticks that are emanating through the compiler room and the jumping puzzle leading up there, maybe this is where they were all being birthed from. Which makes it seem less like, okay, they're hinting at maybe the next alien encounter, and maybe they're hinting at the next question being like, why were the ticks on the board the marathon, and why did they kind of have this outbreak and create a hive here? And I almost wonder if maybe now, kind of looking at that breach area with this in mind, despite the fact there's that hole that was blown in the wall, it seems to indicate that they were fought by the compiler itself or something. Maybe these bigger ticks were actually fighting off the commanders. Like maybe they're a more fierce
Or NA
alien
Painter.
enemy, or they were coming for the exploiters, which they stood no chance against, as he laughed at them and defeated them. But maybe when they're talking about alien stuff, big and small, or some kind of language is being used in this latest thing, maybe we're getting a juicier tick mother type enemy.
Yeah,
that
could it be
people have
like
been talking
a
about for a long time.
drone versus queen thing, like bees?
Interesting.
For
Yeah.
sure. Also, the
Which
hive
I guess
mind
there is
kind of
also
nature of that.
a sex thing there, a male female thing there as well. But it's a bit
Yeah,
different.
dude, sex rules. Yeah, I think it could also, the hive mind thing could relate to the anomaly as well. So yeah, I don't know. I think that's what's going on. Also, I think this is a good indication that whatever these things were in the colony during the colony era. They had the facility, where they were doing this to them. Doesn't seem like that's like a new thing that's going on. So then again, the bodies even on Darsh right now are breathing. So even those ones are moving in the same way as the ones after
Oh.
the breach. And we do know that a lot of the dire marsh systems are kind of like automated, so they've been going kind of in perpetuity without human intervention. So maybe like we're seeing like this facility is in some way kind of automatically gathering these ticks and
Wait, are
milking
you
them
telling
and
me
stuff
there's
like
just a
that.
fucking storage room with like 100 years worth of tick milk just saved up?
Waiting just for you, our lactation prince. Yes,
That's all
Bungie,
credit.
I want
potentially.
you know how Diablo games have the secret cow level? I want the tick milk level. Just a level built out of tick milk containers. Just a billion of them.
Endless ticks.
Just
Horde
adds the
mode,
like
it's
swimming
just
mechanic
ticks.
from Marathon 2,
Yes.
Yeah.
swimming through
Yes.
the tick milk.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's what's
Okay.
going on with the ticks.
That's cool. It's a little disappointing that they're just ticks, right? Like I'm not. That's just me.
Maybe they are like the wasps from the original game. There's some kind of like connection
Mutation.
there or something. I know
Yeah.
Ryan was kind of big on the like maybe the ticks aren't native to Tau Ceti, so I don't know, maybe it's some kind of unique thing that kind of satisfies both. I do also think maybe like the ticks being a more legitimate threat or having more to them could be a cool way to expand what we've seen thus far with them as well. But
Yeah.
yeah, it
I do
is
like the
disappointing
suggestion
when
that
we
Jake
think
thinks
it's
I'm
the
right about
wasp.
something, so I like that.
Yeah.
I
Hey,
like that.
it's your week. What does the crown say? Put tick shit on there and it'll come true.
All right, boys. Let's wrap this shit up. Good stuff. I didn't do intros. I'm Scarrow. That's Ryan. That's Jake. Leave a like rating. Go subscribe on Pocket Pod and do your plugs, boys.
Yes, this is my official submission for the Guinness Book of World Records. Most number of hairstyles in one podcast. Thank you.
Oh shit.
Damn. I'm Ryan. Watch your spouse give birth if you can stomach it. It's pretty cool.
And go support rogue.site. So
Rogue.site.
There's
yeah.
also videos. There's also videos online if you don't want to watch your wife do it, but you're still interested.
Yeah.
We'll
If
link
you're one of
those
those
in the
people-
description. Birthing
If you're one of
videos
those
in the
people
description.
who's like, but if you're one of those people who's like, it's gonna ruin sex for me forever, you're fucking weak. You're being weird. It's beautiful. Get over yourself. Don't be a fucking weirdo. You're
This
weak.
frame right here of you doing the pointing and you're like lean back and you're so small is really good. Can you do that again, but try to make yourself look even smaller, like lean farther back almost? Yes. Oh, that's good. That's good.
Happy to assist.
Great pod
be
name.
supportive of your spouses.
Yes, be supportive.
Gotcha.
It's not weird.
Get divorced. Do drugs.
All right, everybody. We'll see you next week. See ya.